Tena se ya de aguda mu nsam na de ebro se homre na nonkron abapa unsima no edu baako 9:11 na ya tena se je sadum yenu na sa 3 solid hours aguda mu nsam nkoa don hwere miensa na ya tena se yedi na no aguda mu nsam afisam ene amene nsam ne aboabo ani na no a yedi ebramo na enem samo the Facebook is back. Yes, me baby mienu. Facebook in Shawanzo 4.5 FM. So I show you my DNA live. Our Facebook live when you say the metia me na uti na usare the me and you live on Facebook in Shawanzo 4.5 FM. And you number 1. Number 2 and say so I say live now say tia and also a live our YouTube. Na YouTube no Nhyira TV okwa subscribe anytime you ba live obenya message na so nso no wetimi akwa so wutwa bi agai say Saturday ya yisiko no enso etimi edi afrima ahonsam no Saturday ya yisiko no enso etimi edi afrima ahonsam no endo no na Nhyira semfin ko fokro so na yemfa fisam no enso mfanka ho. Na dia benie ngazo conference Paris Saint-Germain apply France Ashraf Hakimi Arantene so face 15 years imprisonment raped charges dey abo Arantene no eno koba necessary bono yeso betimi akom 15 years the details are more at the Bazavi Simons Arantene Mobaka Chelsea penny din yes Arantene tuatia Arantene training onko team friend na onfa eh chance for yi on want to be agu akwa na so wu ti yesi Abrante no otu atua se the team Leipzig onsi akan enso emfa emomu biem nano na the free Saudi Arabia eba and say nkonfo ye o Manchester omu ni ye disika yi o ma sa ba Manchester biem amo pa hwan omo so mpa Bruno Fernandes masa wanyu musika am ntina Saudi ho na mu ni Bruno Fernandes no ye nton pamchau Mama Brante na mwai na season ebe wura me gya no emfa nko wura mu santia no so ye de fi ho ade ba ade details more ade ba Benjamin Sesko nso ye Brante no also bobo Tottenham enya Manchester United ana abobo okay ano so nsamo ha him in song ana say some in mean and so ese obefi Tottenham ano so honsam awani nyina no ye bedi san komo no awo aye show no so na ye ba fie nso a Mobaka nano ya wada or fiadam bako yeah that was Thursday no and the Ghana Football Association Nhyira Ketokeku president Edibetu Justice said here I'm so a remote partnership Adisa Production Limited amo and ebeboa na the full scale of production management and broadcast of the GPR yami adoma 2025-2026 you know I'm also behind normal in India at the Ama at the GPR. Na enemu and a president at the Tuda say I feel clamsa. I'm about the Ghana Premier League no. Ubia benya 1 million Ghana cedis. Na sabi ba ye and said that in the munkomo bibiene. Yebe rampa anya contract no hon sensam no sankra and the city a. And also ahun komo wa yebe di ebra yebe ba eyefie. Na eno koda the answer from GFA review committee and said yellow musotro at the akoma ayem penifo say nyame ya adoma the 31st ordinary congress abekoso pram no anka empenifo nkwan na common discuss omuhwe senka GFA akonya no president no other oko 2 terms oko wia onsan enkobi but omukọ anka omukọ he na nka standing from 2 terms enko 3 terms enti Yavan Nhyira Ketokeku for instance anka oko and a second term wia osawa akonya biem se obese gina na yato ne so aba as GFA president enya no nko a amonse fine nso anka yenya mienu na ba akonya oba na oba no se nkanyame yadom na se ko congress no mugitumu a oba no ebe che women's football eno so suggestions GFA review committee no enso etimia ya no so ya ba Ediano betum na Edison community na our show no so. This and many more weekend edition of Nhyira Digital Passwords live on Facebook, Insha 104.5, YouTube, Insha TV. Eti for yantenasia. Edi nano edi Ebrem Nemom. I just saw confono. Gabi Tram, Gabi the foreigner, and the Costa Kabum. Na the collabo no brain. And San Edi Semini Nano. Diakano etimi edi Abramo. I got say good morning. Yeah,
Governor, good morning.
Now what you saying?
Nyamia do more than else watch it.
Nyamia say.
That's Saturday mboa.
Saturday. You sure I idea was that the lumba eja away in any 1 week.
Okay.
He still now no mining now. We are mourning him.
Okay.
Baby will be an ankopon and fan cry and see. Na adia mo yen wo Europe mu nyai. Muno bi di ye mo. Who name so Chelsea ni.
Is it Chelsea asem na aka na.
But Chelsea.
Oh, we say Chelsea asem.
Chelsea asem na me okay.
Okay.
Adia mo ye no enye. Muno bi di ye man ka ba ye nka kon timi.
Azazai.
Akoshe Xavi Simons na chi. Maka good training. Mufro emfa enye.
Oh, Debbie,
Move for the right to no for player.
Yeah, she wants say, one say Timo, would do pempen be up. What do Sura, Aya Kono, or be a person or Jania, Sanity, Obaka, Joskunde, Chelsea, Quacofano, William de Bastona for the air, Rafinha, Tama, Chelsea, Epeno. The same thing That's how time about say ye Timmy Fena ya Diagua, ya pese as say idea. Well, and it's a team near corner, players and Ankasa, and a press on Mebu team no. And yet team mum the players in TBMU. Okay, so team ya corner. Say Chelsea no. Aya corner to the sense a player ya bow. And yan say a Casabrim. Cabna team na Ankasa Bobra. Chelsea will so bad who babe follow for the Brana, team na bono. Sisi and Casambre. What you say? Ebina is a Liverpool for a Alexander Isaki. Team number Brevi. Abana Yabana team to train one answer ye. And two players are so fighting for sales over butchers. Yeah, team there. All of a sudden, Chelsea have done Real Madrid. Oh, Cabra. Na team Barcelona and the team as is here. Amaya corner to the sense player be up. Oh, team as is here and you have planet football abo interplanetable. Ume Bobby. What 2 hour a day? Team na ya kono me Bobby. Sisi ya tade and gold in the boom. And yes over a gold and a trim den na kwabra gold wa bo atade ma. Ume pe bi mo. Hey ba queen. 15 position. How are so bro? 15 position there so bebre. Brandy. That's
Yanko pardon. No den charo.
The Chelsea ya kono.
Of course. We are seeing now on any body. I was a player and a band. So what you say?
Okay.
I'm pretty moved.
I come say the 18. You ring few class.
And they're saying
that's so cool.
I got 2 days not as you hated the 20th mark.
Okay. Ready, come on. Mukain Yama win.
Kind of.
I said there, Florida. Never here. Oh, America. Okay. When I got a Chelsea, no, we had died and what is the back out of there? We are died at Florida. Okay.
Oh, the Abu Sakura, my president, you call president, you know, yes, sir. As a president, will be the
I said, I'm coming in the runner. When you're in Finland, a chairman, they say Chelsea, you know, when you feel and I'm Baba Kona, and your mamma will say you're passing beer. I'm a winning film. Why, me, boy, now, a boy, now. So, I should and not as a foreign uncle and
Enye ntietiemu, enye atenie, enye dedeyo, ena enye kotoko 1 has 1. Nemum authentic analysis. Aye nam so esuade na ye kire yadwene. Nhyira Power Sports #1.
Are you ready?
insure your number one account radio station at the Santamai anti Edia Tumini. Ya confirm us na ya the update no at the Abana. Would say the weekend edition about say on the transfer market ni ebewuram kakra na ya with the way ne so SC Echo. Jumadi ni live on air Facebook insure 1045 FM extra. Insure 1045 FM extra. And you buy insure FM extra. Ube say so na ba live ho. And after oko insure 1045 FM nankasa so so ni da obetimi ahwebi on YouTube nso Nhyira TV ewo YouTube na also subscribe video bi aye ready na wonsaka na atimi aboaye pa enti yengati ready na yempape kakra yenkonkonfama nso na yeni djuma amfama na wem sase de afi Italy na yedi nkoma kakra mpato Deli Ali wonim say last year na eba se woni Como ye training na Como for ehse obetimi register brand no na first this season wetime sia kan ediamama this year yes sir saying na stories na basa one team na a training but on pay reporter eba yes self fabricants and in the team na catcher brantens omo plans and kasa de nya de sir branten no e kan we sansa yes Deli Ali and so na just at the age of 29 there so no super retire from football e sansa e can players no obeka be 2 days ago me babeka say players utimi say football amu Deli Ali and so counter branten say at the age of 29 there say football no ba retire anu ya nkoma kakra so etodwa ewodumade so na no pe no ya de nkoma kakra adi down na no da me baba kato se Mexican team nidi Atlas na no da they say Inter Miami bobo ko ni omusiakan ama Inter Miami abo mu 2-1 na sa 2-1 the last goal na buy no Lionel Messi echo celebrate ama tese Atlas me pato mu players no mu jae ye pa ama wo mu player ba kokwa do baba ka say in fact Lionel Messi ebe celebrate when anim ama ya pon game Messi baba pa na chao na anya no kwa ni the only thing a happy near ewo game no mo me pato Leo Messi ni bodyguard no reporter men say kam say Major League Soccer am paying suspension na kwa bana ban na omedi amani nyina ya say tama game no ekos no ya say Alas for no there so mo fans ni bi there say omu TSC Park no so any Lionel Messi and some ayi kakra ha ama ya say Messi bodyguard no etc zona na say oya restricted so betuma ko sa so no ho anti there say pay for masa as much as ya more the opportunity demand they say baby a Messi be fa bia ni dinati sene bia France and so entimi ni open no hwehwe mom sa no wuduma within the no no beda ya to say baby wo ha anko ho ya so open na kwa mata say bufu ba ama ya se ana chase adi man no ya reporter Lionel Messi the bodyguard no efi na katem adi eba e wuduma de so na no pay ya ka kire kakra adi ama reporter men say kan say adi say Olympic tumase obaka na no da mba be ka to so mudi nkomo with Juve so mo we say Timothy Weah we metimanya brante na ma brante no enso aba be dwane ye say enkomode gusu ekoso den at the Olympic man say enso say another talks no aba samba so na film metimi enya Timothy Weah enso our friend league ana eno e amde kakra aba so on friend league an with him say PSG omo player brante de rando column one na okoko bolo na de ma Juve but another yes nkomode fufuro esan koso obeka ma baba ka to say Juve ataso komunya brante no on permanent dealer we metima sign no ama yase rando kolomwani kwade wakati PSG say as much as PSG won so on team no hono wono ankasa de wa cycle hondada anya de so aye na adu so back aba be sia kan ade ama PSG enti obo bianka PSG for better na nka Juve enso timetwa de ama no ankomo ya na ankomo tutu ne maye no kwesi kan from Juve but ankomo aba say yase talks so mo having na no very positive two clubs ni nyina esu nsa abrante de kwankro bia so obetima kwakwesi akan e de ama Juventus bobo kona eno ye rando kolomwani de fra abrante na katia na no pe no make a check aka e de ama na Benjamin Sesko ankoba kakra men saka say woko Albi Leipzig o metasa abrante na nya ekwa de 90 million euros eno ye ska eso munya from abrante di do no na yesi Newcastle and pay reporter eba a race to say why na best abrante no woman na LED with him so many Manchester United and the airplane so met me asani abrante the Dina di Benjamin Sesko yes another and Comodia Newcastle and your abrante di on the personal terms no kwabna yes o ma pages kanum atesampa nima pio bet me aydia ma abrante di Benjamin Sesko and yes woko Slovenia ni adia reporter ebenya say Manchester United kwabna your argument has fall flat sisiani yes money system because abrante sika open Manchester and your margin say ombetres kano e de abrante ti yes Slovenia de obi adwene e say abrante be kwa kwesi kan e de Newcastle e boboko no and your reporter every Benjamin Sesko akate e de banana so ban yes Manchester ko omuso de low ana ta so mo pa abrante no abrante de yes Newcastle friend no say na no kran komana ye ni udi and bi yes say adwene sika no ye de bi beka hom and so de ma 90 million na RB Live the cap no ye de ever ready see be tres kan Canada and tell your reporter Mensaka e wo ayaduma de so on Manchester United update Mensaka say Bruno Fernandes na Manchester for me enya so Omu player no ni ameti kwa yasa brante no ni nine si El Nasa kwan so na the entire make say ni nine AC El Nasa kwan so nyina yasa coach odi kan man ball competitive game and so our sporting CP no opinion ni Daddy Jorge Jesus and they one head coach and so El Nasa yasa wakata brante say opeso nya no El Nasa and the gwabna obi onu wa ya adwuma da na wa man football yasa fana nyina obi ahu dia so frawa sir ofina obetutwo woni ade and the reporter Mensaka so pain and kasa and your brantana din commandada already and no banya na news and mabonten as Cristiano Ronaldo and kasa as a dimintintiman sir one person Bruno Fernandes from Manchester United in T I told your branters on one kasa be decided send the former coach what in the back Juma and also on in Juma what in the captain Juma and also on the captain Juma and you the free Manchester United and after Bruno Fernandes akache adi aba aweye dwumade so Manchester hona am the Tamensaka asa nanota and Manchester City asa abanta de James Trafford na abanta no ba pepepe Stephen Odeka wamakacha Stephen Odeka say when you do bia na yakama wo famra badom na fe wo mo so meja na manakwa wo metimeja na amanako kwabna ni amensaka yase abanta Manchester United ata say omunya Stephen Odeka wo be pay pa enti omoko mankasa omunianam ketwa no ho na omuni City boboko no akokasa sa penia beba dia wo be first Stephen Ortega edina featured na omedi na ba Otraford na fe wa ba be bon so maniama akoye dia Manchester United enti ane ya amde kakwa so United boboko no aba na na no pedia amese Manchester na me bom kina kaka na mare de wa ade no asi akọ yase okwa sisia no midfield Manchester United ayo madwen say so mo say midfielders and head coach Dean Adi Rubida Mowe Mono Kasa and Swate South Seven say Amuaje Penia as much as Manchester here striker now first striker be about Bomino and FIFA so munya here players and so and Thomas so munya good opportunities bia now first so munya player bia Obebomo FIFA Manchester and hesitate you say we met to menya sa player no FIFA na wetimabo Manchester United and Tania reporter Eba afe and your midfield and Kwamadika aka striking no one sama tell so say here another goalkeeper and to Manchester goalkeeping midfield and after the striking force and Manchester United and so players and which are Manchester Libya na wamana tesa sa papa na niamana SC Ako Franco Mastantuano me pato ya mad new player after kwana obesase and mad da 20 na fe wetimare so benya positioner player where they say woko mad do mo chance the position kwa at the order because abono with him play pa na no da chance yako aye FIFA Club World Cup na Branta no boy no ama madid ewe didie anafe Zabi Alonso ewe didie sa Branta no ba enya fi no mba be matrama kwa bia oba fit into play na tasa bo madid boboko no na anu ne yebisa sa kate baya wo ba Jesse ban ana ope no se na mimpo minim Jesse nimpo ana se jeni ko bisa sa ade unya 10 na opa na abanta se unya 10 na nko na 10 de tama bia fa wi enti no anu asam de onko kakra bia because nipa na wa for jersey number 10 kwabena woso ne hwan koka ho asem player yi wasafata say jersey number 10 no edima no ana fe number 10 ankasa ase aye killing Mbappe dada and this hard 10 there onko ka wa asem kra na mom jersey number besa there wonya ehuye e Real Madrid bobo kwana no ada me baba kato sa Branton so oye ever ready say game ne betima start na da oni Madrid and so timantali dia boma no ayen ko baka kwa so Franco Master Antoine adi tuja and ye be so okay with him say obi ti say Alfredo Di Stefano ne path no say ne si chano so the legend na wono wa ba no officer sa the legendary status na eno na cheso no so no aba be die na tese ne man so ya kama adama no Franco Master Antoine eno ye reporter eba e wo dwumade so na no pen me catch kaka and some adiama meko Pablo Gavi where a player Edma Barcelona and no da baka me baba kato say Barca ehwe nim say captain Samband na wo mu eti adi afi makani tese no baba baka aye arayo mu ewo aye fifio na afi there say players ne kakra bi na on person me dey Branton dey Pablo Gavi aka na face no wo me dey captains no ho na ana anansa trofo ekobi san so sisi Barca no enema ye kama ade mam na last season ye hu say munuanam Real Madrid mo chioma ene higher de man so mo kwa de nya ne ntena miensa ama Barcelona for this year mampa enkoda nketenkete muti munuanam pay for Real Madrid na tese mudi omo ho fewa this season Madrid the team no win say mpato Pablo Gavi asian kama Branton obi anta say wono Madrid team na wa hu no a team a strong team atese omo form niam ye pa a officer a substantial players na egu Real Madrid na import Barca for woman Madrid da so bebu Madrid team no aye animchada Serbia team no last season wo choma as so mo ntebia Madrid team no for was da bi Madrid team ni there ade say was ye pa bada with that thing na Barcelona and so no focus on koyon be fa so on betimi anya season ye aye excellent players excellent team and I say Barcelona have na do mo ye say wo betimi atutu ne ma ye afa so mo ko US na fa wo mo focus no o mo to no wo mo nya wi a o mo ba fi a o mo de we ne ma no esitia make us pempen dia wo mo nam Japan atase yes ya say Barcelona for pesika abafie nti ano ye dia wo mo wi a no ma ba US na fa wo mo abafie na wo mo preseason no wo ma and the match start a wo mo de we Barcelona for no ene ma betimi akọ edia ma mo ano ye report and part of Pablo Gavi Barca player adi tuja e wo dwumade so na no pay ye de unsam kakra adi adam wo na akoda ni din adi Raul Asensio why Madrid me pato defender why center back ye ka players ala liga nim wo mususo mu ni mbobo ni ye pa dia e say Raul Asensio ne pa okubase wo mu nyina ebo so pe na Madrid for de ne de asama ba ho na ye say akoda we sepa se sebio ya no pa de beta ye hwepo no de akọ wo ya de papa papa asa we hu se sabi ye ka se pono enu otia wasa we mo ma me kakra na akwa we de sa se etunufu ofie wentie ana odi apia bonten na kwabna de ya say ne na fofo miensa ana omunya holidays kakra ana omukwaji hotel na utimi se omuye 2 against 3 esa se yasin koda miensa na omuko hotel ho na ma mienu na bae kwabna no na bibisa se na 3 against 2 yi ba ko dia na se omuko combined game but asema mekan Madrid player ni de Franco empato Raul Asensio dia na onka ho hotel ho na kwabna nam ni pono henti tama omuko bo ma tini wie ya na omaka tenzo wunia no miensen se ma mienu no yakọwi o na ya record ya no se wan muma mi hebi ana kwabra yeyi ya na de chabra no se na se we de madam kofi usu man fa se ne kwa na nya mia kwabna odi ya no no so wo so ade se ne na dafo se boys ne na kodi dwuma no wo makọ wo ma na pa kwabna owo so bebe pe na dafo no so o wi ya no bisa se wa wi ana dafo se na no so okay ni diletina ahia na sama ko ba o men pass mbia kwabna sa sam na enya badada na ewo ma na sam na ho kwa ko ba sam ana akopie a police phone sam na a police force say Madrid the player ne do mo ha sam ni din no sabi sa 2 against games air treno wanko hotel hobinti a man we dear one we be but yes a consensus a man tiasia says a Martin Dombebo emo recording no and yes na a man anyawe yes and so a man anyawe and tell the time saka say court no say ablante we one more man 2.5 years mad the player non konko twirimo and you be say bone be no ayenom so sepo no he na ohowie no asa was no kwabena ani 2.5 years emom players na nkasa omkodi dwuma ne de 5 pro no mo de kwabena 4.5 years na ye de sa players ni team ani reporter free I am mad in a cat. Edi aba e odwuma de so na no pe no Mrs. Enso Ediamana sama no bro ye de kwabena ye jan kwan yo ya emfa animo omo aye ya nkasa de fa player tintim bia uyi drogba omo maka nyina ha ne ka ne ti enu so obobo de ba bia ana luka fa kakra he an se ataya yinti ya woni nkonya nsa ya se okoban le permanent deal ana tesa branch e kwakosan enso ojaro ha to another Baba Cato so any medical where we and the on the crowd and answer be Kabi or Chelsea player crowd and Channel so Kakani. Now player Nana Richard Akan was some no I Zavi Simons but since I Chelsea no Yaba wana Yakato na to 1 year Jao Pediamo one casa na be fighting na or Babebo say a boy na and confine your coin na I be love the 4 to Germany Akatom here Massa team no amount for Pabo Sikani for being coming net, you for being coming to some for player name my move from idea. Cobra as a sacodanati. Now, I wanna offer pay for no, yes, Umbisa, I be love the first and dear Nami, team papa. Mamma and Quam was a mamma and quiet training craner, and now the semi co training, yes, and Ra, Akodana and co training, and no pay yet it is anchor, and also training and come back or cut his uncle. 2 years now can or contract in so. I dare do obey why their mamma Bassa Crow with Cobra Bassa Crow with you, Pierre. Crow with you. Namu Abi Leipzig. Anna Mompeso be fluenty. Reporter Mensaka so we are 70 India. Just how could that here? Says her. Well, Mamma, now my boat Chelsea the party. Let me say to anyone here. And so Ebayatin, Eddie Amana, no. I report a ficat in a cat Eddie Eba. Na Ganato no so there. So no see you know. Ya bona mama. Ya don't do now now with Manchester and the Sabi. And your team will bet me about this year. Upe Tima. Ubet me about Ben Aya Balanda. Kwabena ya Chelsea na between Manchester and Chelsea there ope Ballon ni bia dia ope go so asane ya sound samana na kwabena na Manchester United dabai team and midfield team have no best strikers out top team have no goalkeeper Kwabena Ghana to ya bona adwuma ya so no so ya captain say enter your players no say no me ba be sisu bebre so be 15 say ye nya to mu mienu dada Magiu ko ana Amando Bro ya so konti players aka no so ne ya tunto mu ya say nya sika na emu aba be do na fe ya de abanta de din e de Alejandro Ganato and so e de aba no ya reporter e features akate e de aba Mama Stavao William de na yanko ye ni me
Okenti yento so na yemfa stories ni bi emetie fo nyina e show no so live on Nhyira 104.5 FM na mame fanto wonim se nyankopon ya adoma next 2 weeks ya na uko Europa major European leagues no dodo na e chase nti se make se pre-season matches na eguso ekwaso e Europe ene ne montene so na mame fanto wonim se Andra Friday your pre-season matches ni bia eba so na de tense uko Germany Andra yenya tima ye from se Werder Bremen womo elus omo sheba ko ema tima from se TSG Hoffenheim womo entimante and what mame fanto wonim se Osborne team no womo tina fie elusu 3-1 and my team from se Crystal Palace and afi Sheffield United womo e Netherlands womo so elusu and my team je from se Bayer 04 Leverkusen afi Victoria Guimaraes e Portugal womo sheba ko ema Celta de Vigo e Spain womo entimante na mame fanto wonim se next Saturday notable matches are eba so e club friendlies no make se uko Italia jabo 37 minutes na team from se Juventus womo ene Regina 1-1 eno achi yo RB Leipzig gom ene Atalanta enebo eno achi Stuttgart ebo Toulouse yo team from Sunderland gom ene Real Betis enebo afe FC Bayern Munich gom bo team from Olympic Lyon yo Union Berlin Germany gom ene Espanyol from Spain ebo na fe Feyenoord Atene Netherlands na omene Wolfsburg game abaso eno achi mamen fantu eno Southampton gom ene Brighton and Hove Albion enebo Angers ebo Nantes France eno achi Borussia Dortmund gom ene team from Lille enebo yo RC Lens gom bo AS Roma eno achi Galatasaray ene Lazio ebo na fe Olympic Marseille gom ene Sevilla game abaso eno achi mamen fantu eno se yo Borussia Mönchengladbach gom bo team ye from se Valencia na fe Nashville SV United States of America gom ene Aston Villa from England ebo na fe Philadelphia United gom ene Eintracht Frankfurt game abaso nyankopon ya do wachina Sunday Newcastle United gom bo team from se Tottenham Hotspur and watch Leicester City and Fiorentina ebo your Napoli team omone Brest enebo FC Porto Portugal gom bo team from se Atletico Madrid from Spain na fe Girona ene team ye from se Wolverhampton Wanderers aba and no pen ye won some for you show so na ote gabi Giron kase na waka Chelsea new player je fais Estevan Willian na wadaruma fa Estevan Willian emame won say oba Chelsea na Chelsea after FIFA Club World Cup no nyankopon ya do Monday 4th of August and Chelsea gomo resumina omashe gomo pre-season ase na Andra LIG abranti offense Estevan Willian gore kwato se nani ajepa se oba Chelsea na ogidie pa se weni kura ache adiama no na according to abranti offense Estevan Willian wasi wonim se days no obi atia so dia as the time no se enye 24 hours biam em se omatrem ade ko be se 72 hours esan se Chelsea de na kuma so watwen ache go be so obo Chelsea na Estevan Willian say go be build incredible story e Chelsea mti Chelsea fans no hwe nanim go ma obi a proud eno aya brantia je fans Estevan Willian Andra LIG eno de sansem atudwa eno no panya ne wunsam pina ematiefo nyina e show no so away from Chelsea yenko Newcastle United woman Liverpool and sansem no na say player why hot e market nim aya brantia fans Alexander Isak go free Sweden na osina kan anima team from say Newcastle United o make Andra ye show no ene be sorry ene man say Liverpool at 120 million pounds equal ama tima ye from say Newcastle United woman reject Sikano na Alexander Isak ni market value 124 million euros e chese Liverpool team no gomo ni sika ebro arati first Alexander Isak ni market value so ene koye ni nyina mu no team from say Newcastle United woman reject Sabed no na according to Newcastle United gomo gidi pass Alexander Isak no gomo nya wadwe se omo ton no enti se Liverpool epedia e wose encommon e chase 150 million pounds and sana goma team any team from say Liverpool Antanase I negotiations for Abrantia je fais say Alexander Isak na yes Alexander Isak on say yes story any man say make us Spain go training Real Sociedad omu training grounds wo na yes boy no na mama bupa isan say go gidi pass ahoden Liverpool for no any team come on office Liverpool for icon omu the best 150 beko nanka omaro chi agreement na go be sina kan ma team from say Liverpool nemom enoma anhyedan koso sa boy na Japan say Liverpool yes on person mo twom isan say 150 million pounds for Abrantia je fais say Alexander Isak de sikan soro enti omutimi ntia enti amaboy na I style bia na no pay no jade wonsam ematiefo nyina show no so na de me say kan say Alexander Isak go be call Liverpool go be turn Newcastle United yes man United for afa chire any Abrantia fan say Alexander Isak akodi nkomo na omudi kan friend agent and an agent no work on so edma Abrantia fan say Alexander Isak na Isak ate ko na say hello woman na kasai and am Manchester United pen for say masa ye ni agro say me call Liverpool we team mo say Flower Vet aba who go Ekiti Kanie and wachi Abrantia fan say Milos Kakich aba na Man United last season mudi say and almost say ye di 15th na nyame aduma next season mobile Champions League go say there be Europa League there be mobile Conference League almost mo and say there and United wo mo Liverpool enti and update free Alexander Isak ni dia nim eba na no pa ne won sam ematiefo nyina show no so na already medical catch nyame aduma o kina no pa team from Newcastle United or Tottenham Hotspur about pre-season matches in now make us a team from Newcastle United our South Korea and pre-season now under manager your first Eddie Howe the pre-match press conference so now Yabusa manager say what is Liverpool at £120 million aba say Brantford first Alexander Isaka and our manager say why I wepa now and penny for Akachino now OGDA pass and penny for Maka Juma Newcastle United make us omo England no womo hwe aso to ama situation bi e kama na ekono nkwan na wasa Brantford first Alexander Isak wotena na oya adwuma anima tima je from say Newcastle United eno Newcastle United manager je from say Eddie Howe and the sansem no atuje enano peyere wonsem ematiefo nyina e show no so na Newcastle United omo hu say Brantford first say Alexander Isak okwa ebe ho mo pa wonim say so far 3 premier and say 3 friendly games are omabono Brantford first say Alexander Isak Amobino Gomalu su 3 matches nina Gomo first game omni tima you from Celtic and a boy Gomalu su 4-0 and what you answer Ashomo 3-2 and after tima you from LA Ashomo 1-0 and ya say to graze Newcastle for no say Alexander Isak Amobi Omoma Chiromo and no Kakre Liverpool and afe tima you from Newcastle United and afe around your first Alexander Isak ni semni ba and ano pay yede won sempina ematiefo nyina e show no so live on Nhyira 104.5 FM afe yanko Tottenham Hotspur na Mekaipa MCBS 4 days ago and a Tottenham Hotspur manager fans Thomas Frank about a press conference na press conference about some semchofo ekobusa Thomas Frank say anyebi an wate say o captain fans Son Heung-min obeko ema manager ne ka say emprempre a waka say dey arantia fans Son Heung-min and so Tottenham Hotspur omo player na wasi emfa to obi am say we am player obetena nemom Andra pre-match press conference so nyame adoma wo kina kema so mo body Newcastle United no manager first Thomas Frank on the captain Son Heung-min and akoye na yebesha press conference na se no and Brantford fans Son Heung-min and ko to just say one club no decide say want to also be informa team you from say Tottenham Hotspur now the last game and obobo nyame adoma kina e team you from say Newcastle United want to also be now when so many emotion I was say go back Tottenham Hotspur no now or 23 years now say so or 33 nyame adoma Friday 8th August and obenya 34 years and I Son Heung-min now OGDA pass a incredible journey and when you are Tottenham Hotspur no was here for two obianim say Tottenham Hotspur fans no go ma 1 year pa amadono now also Tottenham Hotspur fans no now was say you for two obianim say decision we no the most difficult decision I want take e on a career mo say about Tottenham Hotspur no ade bia was wa achieve bia no wa achieve na minim say your nkrofo bu omone Son Heung-min enya adwene say Son Heung-min buy no just a trophy and waje adama Tottenham Hotspur nemom me player no adwene na uyi last year Europa League no moje na the last time a team you from say Tottenham Hotspur gomoje trophy 2007 2008 season etina omoje trophy ache year pa na daroma na oya captain adama Tottenham Hotspur and last season omoje Europa League no enti Brantford first Son Heung-min HDA pass wa achieve na wase one senior players ni Tottenham Hotspur edi nkomo baako Ben Davies na one Ben Davies edi nkomo o shenim kran say opeso okwa ade bia oye e so oye adama Tottenham Hotspur bia wa ye to betima ko eno Brantford fans Son Heung-min kakra efina so e na no paniade wonsem ematiefo nyina e show no so na obekia 2019 team from Tottenham Hotspur omoko UEFA Champions League final na omolusu 2-0 adama team je from Liverpool na Brantford fans Son Heung-min wono the only player star lineup manager fans Mauricio Pochettino adeboy no aka ono kwa Tottenham Hotspur na obekia de no manager nebo Hugo Lloris Kieran Trippier Toby Alderweireld and what young Anasa Jan Vertonghen your Danny Rose Harry Winks Musa Sissoko Christian Eriksen Dele Alli Son Heung-min and after Brantford je fans Hurricane omo nyina ko aka Brantford fans Son Heung-min ti ono so eko I na no pay de won sampina ematiefo nyina e show no so afa ye free team from Tottenham Hotspur na yanko France na okwa France Paris Saint-Germain team no omo se omo peniu goalkeeper na Andra and Paris Saint-Germain ene Brantford Jafan say Gianluigi Donnarumma Edin Komo na Omakache goalkeeper say omo the new goalkeeper ever enti omo man competition na dia me say kan say am say goma wie kura ne sa goalkeeper fan say Lucas Chavelia na o goalkeeper Admali na dia me say kan say 40 million euros and a team je from say Lee omoje 40 million team from say Paris Saint-Germain atiase dia kan add on enti komodie no egusu ekwaso eno achi Paris Saint-Germain say omo pe Ukraine wo di fana no sinaka Adma team from say Bournemouth LS Zabani and also in the subsequent days no tima you from say Paris Saint-Germain wom any bottom of about Greenafe LS Zabani abesina karama tima you from say Paris Saint-Germain no pay no jade won some ematio fonya e show no sina Richardo yet the attention player back on so waka and no aya branch offense Ashraf Hakimi na Hakimi dey on say we brotherhood friend esan say now no be no man no na boys any jam pa nemom this time around here ahomana sone sa sone na sone kon ama oye hu hwia enyeyi na ni nyina ne say you say oko France o face 15 years in 15 years prison for rape charges ni nyina ne say you say 2023 mo be 2023 mo baby girl bi benefit na oye physical psychologist o jaro ti ase nti na say oba be ye ne ho adwuma kama nti girl ne ba na unua e na you so be take advantage kakra enti enkomodie ne kokọ so ama as a girl no or the hey so what you say but no kwasem ne say wanya ne hwe de ba ne say unua say oso ne tini say e na otwe ne ko akiri kakra ene nanim ne da ho say de benya ano ne
gogo ne mind
obenya
gogo ne sound so e man so gogo o musa na no o melty no o
na groves nyina hyehyɛ girl ne nsawo anti unua born peg back on bo case back so kan ti unua hwɛ time na say time ne kɔ nyame adum channel ko training no ka che girl ne so wonko
eno
ti ne didi ma girl no
eno an charges
girl ne so wanti as
brofo men to do mo chiro me kram ka say bia wo de to anu mbu wan to anu
according to Ashraf Hakimi was one fan to anu
e me to da mo nyai kakra nti won fa nti mamizo
da bi so uso ni mana ko fena no ayde
so won na fe no se nipa de won akono a nipa so ya akono se nkyena
se ho na de wa asem ne beba no e won na be nya asem no
me wo kan na mo se o face 15 years imprisonment in nine ni se bi grow de to ano
se wo ma na ho kwa se won fena no so what you say
anu fe de
enti Ashraf Hakimi so gidie pa se esikasem girl ne fisika entina wo yesa no
omo so tia
nyame adoma yesi senior be court
okay
criminal court so ko gina
we de me akra me ko France
o nsema no kakra
me ko France o ka che judge so we de uni anfa nto ano nti omo yenye ni fiasem na ye be kakra man na
yanka ne dem okay abusia bandi
edamase pa Andy Costa and the garbage to the foreigner Eddie Kwamne na yenya yemra na afa abedafo nso nto aso Fifi Manfred wa Samson Abismark ohusu bempa Ayala enso wa yemfa dwumadi no emfa entom so Shawa 4.5 and there ye streamy baby mienu first one Facebook in Shawa 4.5 FM extra obetimi ahwe dwumadi no live on Facebook and afei oko YouTuber in Sha TV ahonso no dwumadi no live obetimi abana afei joining the weekend edition of Nhyira Digital Passports. Fifi Manfred.
Good morning.
Good morning, Chairman.
Nhyira do moze.
Kakran nyame gusua o hwen o hirayen.
I don't know so free now.
Me ko sokoban.
Okay.
Kodi me nkomo kakra.
Wood Village side.
Wood Village side.
Na macho wo hope.
Oso ha dai.
Macho wo hope. Macho hopping.
So watch me hoda. No mimi obi amenko.
Oh, ta call once. Sometimes we go hop.
And if you are not on Fiba,
that means I'm chum a lake side.
Saturday, Nanya Sokoba Munamko. I think me call around and cry me coin. Yes, Sokoba side and I'm Fiba. And not them call Sokoba.
Then strictly business.
Oh yeah, me could me come Kakrebi. I want to share on it.
And also the end is strictly business.
Okay.
Maybe so.
Oh yeah, Juma.
One Juma.
So now what could yeah,
no my day.
Also could you Juma fe na ube fi nyesa.
Aye.
Nyana make.
Some cook on for
Sure.
If you come for no but I'm a boss wabe. Then because all free in eba.
And I'm simply so go by
And
now.
also who cover be now can why
Send them a catch. Kofi. But all my media was through.
are
Say, oh, yeah, Manchester near, say, we'll get you worried. Yeah. Because players news no be do. No, say, oh, yeah, Manchester near no pay. What is say emphatically? Benjamin Sesko catch Manchester United on board. But about the ama to the atmosphere.
Newcastle United.
Sorry, Newcastle are a problem.
But what were you going to use to attract Benjamin Sesko to Manchester United?
That's the point.
Because we said something about how our United brand in us. So even though players, the team is in a good place, players still want to come. But I say the quest for Champions League is a big deal for Branch friend Benjamin Sesko.
Because they're upcoming.
Yeah, and sometimes when
you have that platform to build.
Exactly. And
It's a to be farmer now. I
mean, they say Wankasawoka.
Oh yeah, I mean,
They say
send the piano, say better now.
Yeah.
Sometimes I say face reality.
yeah. They say
Now can pray.
yeah. Which you see, the United problem, you can look at it from a lot of ways. But I think whatever happens, go back to the culture that United is used to. The culture of winning consistently and then being Manchester United. Very important. At the end of the day, how do you get a job done? So it's almost the kind of first bid the crowd the call Alcoma a friend is saying like for and they are almost getting there.
According to Ben Jacobs,
Yeah.
I say Newcastle are making 75
Alex
million
Crook can hear na Benjamin.
plus 5 million
Yeah.
add-ons.
Yeah, 75 plus. So me catch you say Leipzig for say the base amount of money is supposed to be 75. And yeah, after now Baba ye own the base money is 75. Then 5 million add-ons. Add-ons now say such a crap, but I think that they will accept and they will let the boy go. Which you see, I to the BR. Make out say I just want to gag Manchester United. Me, I don't do the analysis like that, and you know. Me found the truth of the matter is that United is not in a good place.
Maybe I feel now reality now shall say dawning on me.
And you know, in next season, Chelsea for year near the
And the air parking so. On Ayala ta can say be or say. Born idea that one him no and our ball.
Okay.
On say a drew games be sana. I know whole rivalry. What I say, it's players and also new born the ball crowd, so say,
Okay.
no, you the bragging right.
It's the Eden at Chelsea.
Say, and yes, idea on paper, I mean, Obianim said Chelsea is ahead of Manchester United. But the game, a drew Sabena and your form, a players now the Kujana Park and so on. But in reality,
Yeah.
Manchester and your attractive view.
Oh, I mean, yes, you see, the difficult to attract, which Macassim we had shown before. Say, AB at the transfer tangents now you've not accepted. And you say this is what Chelsea thought ball in the money back that the Balimo edgy to Muntema. Not Chelsea fans being Tiomase. Now also certain pundits do not understand where they wanted to go. They understood from the off. Said 3 years ago, 4 years ago, Chelsea were not the Chelsea that we knew before. People used to do a lot of analysis and they would say, oh, Chelsea, when you be Chelsea coach and then say Chelsea not player, when never player, we not say. Great, that is true. But also at that point in time, Chelsea could not attract some players no. In TNFO, you fast na ko Benfica. Boy bi akobo World Cup. But World Cup no ko Benfica no bo obi ani man ho ko chintem. And yes as na ni bi na Madrid ko ho, Man United ko ho, Man City ko ho, you can't compete. Tom Kra, put them together, give them the time they will deliver. At the beginning, it sounded alien to a lot of people. But over time, people have realized that look at how now it is yielding results. Rich, maybe there are 2 ways Man United can get out of this. Get a very charismatic manager. How? Rich, when Jose Mourinho came to Chelsea the very first time, there was a certain Sir Alex Ferguson who had won the Premier League multiple times before Jose. Rich, Jose is starting a proper new era Chelsea, at Chelsea when he came. Yes, Claudio Ranieri, all the names that come, Ruud Gullit that come before him are good. But Jose Mourinho stamped his feet and emphatically took Chelsea to the next level. Why? He was a charismatic manager. You're a charismatic manager and he says a team coach and a former and you can't compete. That man drags everybody when they move. Either you go with a charismatic manager. Another example is Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool the first time. Or see, he was clear. Give me 4 years. By the end of the 4 years, I will turn you from doubters to believers. In fact, charisma. Clear. He didn't mince words. He said it exactly as he thought it should be. So, when you look at all of that, how somebody can charismatically say that, so when you're a charismatic manager from the beginning, that is why you go the most aggressive way and in a new way in terms of getting players to come in who are young. Rich. Ebeka Kakra. So Brian Mbeumo has come. But Rich, in the context of even a branch Essensko. Yesterday I was doing some analysis with you. Say, one year goes to crown. You don't need Jesco's goals like that. Because you have a 24+ goal scoring player in Brian Mbeumo. You have a 15+ goal scoring player in Abrante's friend Mateus Cunha. So it means that if you add those goals, that is players that can play. If you still put Rasmus Hojlund, why don't you invest the money in? I gave you an example, Carlos Baleba. I'll bet me augmenting fee for a man is solid. Then the attackers will score goals. You can come to the mid-table. It doesn't need a change in United, but you'll be in and around mid-table. Then later you can build them from there. But it's a huge blow. See, I got big boys now. Monka, sadly so. Monya big boy. Senior.
Kofi. I want to say, you're more free and now the dome.
Masa Monya big boy. I was today free.
Patrol team. Oh, me banning. Set men come Manchester.
I mean, Tiana Wangasa go for
number 3. Some may cancel.
We production. United in anyway. United I send Ambeka.
Matthias.
Who now go for United by?
And I'm just a walk around me banning. And I'm here so okay. She say, baby, at the end of Conbeca be mine. And no parents are working. I'm saying my Jatum. That's a walk. But
they say, when you're big boys, don't big boys now. But that's not the reality. When you're big boy, and money how? And Manchester United.
Put some respect on it.
Yesterday, I stood here and I said that Madrid the Barcelona Fiona in terms of brand marketing. Nobody comes close to Manchester United.
Put the big boys,
but Monka big boy because Monka like the people that are commanding those players that want to play the game. That is the reality.
But Susuka, Sanam Peasantry.
Okaka
no Caso. I want to have no problem. No,
to me,
who's an open now. Yampa, Mitiadin, the minion could feed and no crack. On Buffet, oh, yeah, baby, I can't go. And I'm on your big boys, be Obacana, Wabacase, you play as a grand papa.
That's a place if you are home. No center was here having a boss center. Heavy
is a good player.
Heavy a good player.
Chidi or upcoming.
Chidi Obi. Another car, a molest. More boy.
Yeah, bro. Your double ball, cousin. As a Manchester, so your records be on bless me, Bobo.
Chido Obi Muria.
Also, coffee. And now here discussing me referee, even goalkeeping.
Yeah.
Even a problem or your goalkeeping.
Yeah.
And in football, your defense will win you games.
Yeah. Especially leagues and stuff like that.
Because our strikers national goalkeeper and our defense in here always consider a problem.
Yeah.
So, this is me say me can't be a me team.
But me and
America.
Oh,
my banner to Kawaka. Who's a me boof about now die.
Me sure when you me
okay, now let me be a go. It's also Debbie. My boss said, baby, I'm making come.
But if I go was fine.
Yeah, that's a big boy. I say now. Abrabona BT.
More lower big boy. What is the United?
Yeah. Hey, team be pen.
You are very fine.
Mismanagement. And the do baby.
I am bad. I am bad.
So bad.
But I think that's just a matter of time. We're very fine.
Sure.
Which every club goes through. I said, more than a check. More than a check too. That's the problem. Yeah.
I know the means of ups and downs.
Yeah.
But they're not check.
Yeah.
As the interior solve a problem.
Yeah. Because even Barca recently went through
every season. Yeah. The same problem.
Yeah.
And one a problem.
Rich.
Okay. Yanko.
Charlie, Marc-Andre ter Stegen, I don't think he will become Barca captain next season. Whatever happens. They said you with Emilia Iglesias, after that recovery and all of that. I don't think so. I think that there is a new direction for Barcelona and they know. And Oshe Hawa Enra, an interview of Rafinha as part of the captains of Madrid of Barcelona and saying what he wants to do for the club. Charlie Rafinha up Barcelona power. When you listen to when he talks about the club and Odin come even about Nico Williams, talking about the fact that it's players who want to play for Barcelona and Emra, and so won't even take risks and cast over Barcelona even though they are not claiming registering you are on a compressor because it means that when you're willing to play for the club. Now I am not say players who are willing to play for the clubs then bar a boy or too willing and he is saying that he wants to win the Champions League for club. Whether they will do it or not is just a matter of time. Rich, last season time when he started, the two best midfielders in Barcelona and FIFA were Marc Casado and Abrante friend Marc Bernal. Which in terms of the club in itself at the time, that club were in some form of a truce with Abrante friend Frankie de Jong on whether he will extend his contract or not. It is that time, not only Barca Nibia didn't come out, almost see, Marc Casado and Bernal club it's me Bobo na Frankie de Jong. So why do they have to worry themselves in terms of players? No one is why do they have to worry? So they don't have to worry themselves. Rich. Abra Casado babe prayer, Bernal babe prayer. It was Frankie de Jong and other Barca Silva Messi together with Pedri, and then took them to wherever he took them last season. In the last few days, Frankie de Jong didn't come and say he would extend his contract at Football Club Barcelona. And from the report from Sport and a lot of the Catalonia outlet of sports, actually say now Barca believes say a lot more quality. In fact, extra quality on FIFA. So they would want to make sure that at the end of the day, almost center back as almost also turn either of them midfielders. No, it's Casado, Bernal, Christensen. These are all players that are likely Barca for any bit here who no Marco Pesca and their two bottom rich. See, Chelsea are excellent business beer. I didn't expect them to do this business. There is an Albanian young boy of passing through Chelsea Academy. Now, he was supposed to be the next Didier Drogba or the next Diego Costa. Rich, Obenya Achilles injury, Obenya knee injury, Omodini Cologne, Menkai Kran saying Fulham, Everton, a lot of the teams are Cologne on. The boy obviously has not been able to meet the expectation that Chelsea for the expected man. So go through. Then, when the season started last season, almost had no Cologne be Everton. Rich Oko Everton, no Asaka Kupra, Okupra Everton, one Bobo Nibia at just this summer. Rich and yet championship club by relegating in last season from the English Premier League. Any Chelsea for agree to buy Abrante Feno, Armando Broja, for £20 million with extra add-ons accumulating to about 25 million general and total package for Abrante Feno, Armando Broja. Rich. And you see, the good thing is that Armando Broja, if Chelsea Academy, means a pure profit. He doesn't. You don't do any profit and loss. Only subtraction, a net, zero sales, zero reference and cost, and then everything comes in as profit for you. Which Chelsea for Ejaya Branty friend Amando Broyamu Edinako. Me catch Chelsea for say before Chelsea will finalize the deal for Xavi Simons, expect that Omobeye some level of sales of players. And Abrantia your friend João Felix Ekoyen. After that, it has been Amando Broya. May expect it. And now, as part of Amando Broya, Chelsea for Eddie Abrantia friend Mark Gill. Eddie Nico boy I'm turn from Barcelona Nico loan. Echo club your friend is Sunderland, newly promoted Sunderland, our English Premier League rich, and also idea Sunderland for will pay the transfer fee of the loan and also take up all the salary expense of him. And again, only Nhyira you're telling Chelsea for Emma Abrantia friend Mark Gill just £30,000 a week, and he makes it easy. Because he cannot urgent our form, it is easy for Sunderland to come and take him and take all the money.
Sure. And
that is why Chelsea went with that way structure. Another brilliant way of making sure they don't keep players who are unhappy and who don't get to play. And now our brand friend Mark Gill will go on loan to them. He expected. Said the other attackers that will go, Christopher Nkunku. The report is that clear because Leipzig for and now. Which when you said no, Bear 10. Then I chanced on a report. Say the topmost person in terms of Leipzig recruitment. Any the topmost person our Chelsea recruitment. And in this case, Wayne Stanley. Any didn't come on phone. And in that conversation, they were trying to make sure say, they will arrive at a verbal agreement for Abrantia Feno, Xavi Simons. Rich, what was the other conversation? Leipzig phone is beside about a branch friend Christopher Nkunku. Who said, "No, Leipzig became a top player. Inter for have come. They don't really have that money. AC for them maybe sir. They don't really have that money. In fact, for Inter, Nkunku should have been a backup to a branch friend Ademola Lookman. If they don't get Ademola from Atalanta, then they look at a branch friend Christopher Nkunku. But Leipzig have asked about Nkunku. They also asked about Abrantia Ferro, Amando Broya, but Broya definitely is going on loan. So that deal is not going to happen. It's possible that Chelsea can do a deal for Abrantia Ferro and Nkunku. There is also Sterling that Chelsea would want to sell. There is Abrantia Ferro Benjamin Chilwell. Which one you say? Over Chelsea wage structure now. Two of the most highly paid players at Chelsea. Sterling and Benjamin Chilwell. Mobile. Team, the third person is Reese. Rich, board, Mobi. So Chelsea want to make sure that they let them go. Fulham teams in Turkey and the likes are all interested in Benjamin Chilwell and our brother friend Raheem Sterling, and things will go on. Anopay, you need the confirmation. Say Abrantia, your friend Jaro Hato. Ayena medical no every completed wa pass it, and in that completed medical no Abrantia no so assigning a contract. But do you know how many years the boy assigned? 7 years contract. Akwane di 19. The contract ends when he's 26.
Oh, to sign such a long contract.
Said they told them that Omo Yakra. And Chelsea want to make sure that they have strong bargaining points when it comes to say holding the rights of the player. And they let them understand say maybe our first year in EMFA, maybe our second year in the private team. And until you my whole time, you enforce so. Say if once you go and we win trophies are fine. And far we have enough time for you to play well. And as we can also sell you. Me and your kakra, then you can also go and continue your career. I think it's a win-win situation. Because over what's now 2 years, what if after the first 2 years no? Look at Tyro Malaysia. Obama United 1-2 pra. It's no fault of his. But at the end of the day, he has to move on with his career. The club also have to sell him. You don't get somebody to go in there and buy a branch of friend Tyro Malaysia. It's rich. Jao Hataba. Nasisiano, I cut the last two of Chelsea players on the account. And when who are you with? I didn't take it serious because players almost on my Instagram bio. I say I don't know yet. Rich, there was player for RB Leipzig in the Instagram bio of Abrantia, your friend Xavi Simons. Rich Nhyira ye koko share ya abranti e friend Xavi Simons eyi Leipzig no afini Instagram bio ni. Now before that me be catch you say the entourage of Xavi Simons, which includes his senior brother abranti ye friend Ali Barat and also other members of his team were at the Leipzig camp constantly on the Leipzig people. Say, oh, Chelsea fans are willing, but any price they will be more. Yes, you're 50 million from Paris Saint-Germain, but in come on to Sokaka. Say, they be Chelsea fans be tinya top boy no come on because a whole person. Rich, almost see your personal terms is not going to be a problem. Almost born. On Friday, which is Nhyira, our branch here friend Xavi Simons decided that he is not going to train with Leipzig for no because any more match. Oh, of course, I'm on Moshenechi. Same there. I'm on the agents and catch and say that's what they have to do.
Mona catch and say, look. So I'm forced way out. Oh,
it's not about forcing. No, it's not about forcing your way out, Rich. It makes sense. Say player over make him move. Ever catch or say there is a tendency to make training me pra. Me pra the move will not materialize. It may show me person training me person me pra. Since that time I've been respectful to you. Me training my bobo me nkase bo no chinchin try tell me. E you wusi can open. But at this point in time I can't train.
And are you saying Kofimba?
Yeah.
Are you saying say the other players now almost suitors no. Currently almost training with almost current teams almost no more born. No, there be only rich most of the times, even clubs or Babeton. Say also we Babeton. Now see they can make you train alone. So that Unkupra.
So even in this case, but it doesn't particularly it doesn't no any wrong thing. The clubs, the players and the clubs always the players and the clubs always agree. Or not don't think as on back training. Okay, so back training now no problem no. Okay, Moses Caicedo ask now there. I can't go to Instagram
so is it established there?
Yeah.
As we speak. Am I ready to brand in Chelsea?
Oh yes, they have. Now, yesterday I came to tell you the modalities. I told you the modalities of the deal. Leipzig for no omunye klaba sebi ehia omo. Iti openisika. Senior me catch you say Leipzig were clear that Benjamin Sesko omo pay base 75 million. And Kasa won't I also told you yesterday that Chelsea will be in a big problem if they allow Benjamin Sesko to leave before a branch of Xavi Simons. Because some Benjamin Sesko was just 75 million. Was an important player in the team. If you want to replace it is now about dragging the feet even more for a branch of Xavi Simons unless you pay the exact evaluation. What's the pay the evaluation? That is what I'm telling you. That in the case of Chelsea, also, I also always said here, and the catch Chelsea for the from day one. Say before so better say Chelsea at Xavi Simons. Before that, Chelsea will do a sale. They will sell players.
But you do Garnacho the amber drag move fit.
Garnacho last minute. How much it 12?
How is so who can send them house? I always have brand you.
Garnacho the last minute too. How much it 12? Or no crowd of paper. You didn't catch it. Pack on your back too. Why? And you do a pack no ba.
All the last again, the same thing here. Somebody can catch.
Some play. We play on training or not if you.
Any problem?
No play on training the exam work.
You do amoka. Suppose we should be at amoka.
But say on training to peno.
And no your problem. Eh, you can you janaka.
And on peno.
Ya can't players they say. Yamu services beam. But you know say teams na pamusu test ni na no. As obi a say that dragging feet.
Yeah.
Or twenya last minute. Deadline day no.
Yeah.
Na o say that confess kafia bi 2015. No dia ba so akwa na mumu nya no. Omu say deadline no and they twam a omu dibi to ni bi ba. And we won't take that.
But say Garnacho won't pay no.
And some my spend
you have 50 million mo beje.
I don't think Garnacho.
O mo beje 50.
What are you saying?
Garnacho 50 million.
50 million for Garnacho.
I no Garnacho 50. No no penny sao.
Xavi Simons motor.
Garnacho ye boa no.
Miss mo boa.
I Garnacho ye boa no. Garnacho so ba onya mi mo sa. Say e fa ye besere mu. But am fa ye beto na ma sa.
Akwa yi mu mitimi.
Ndemi na say Garnacho. Na Garnacho one we too Chelsea.
Who ye ni good.
Garnacho ye boa.
Player no bobo ama no. Who ye ni good.
Garnacho oba Chelsea how no we too.
It mo be fana dey.
or better bench and boys they will see to bench
problem
it's
PSC but what I'm saying is
50 million
said the money lives again the same thing as you
that's
like you are okay me person me mo obi a wutie shoyi I'm functioning team the do wa obi a me ka say na Manchester for the team out there person me catch us say players in question we don't need their services anymore
lives cry money player cry training
said the mo drag mu fit say na be ya deadline dey number the kafia bia ba perform you need service
how much
any problem
how much say
when am per cry be ka 1 second na mo dia tum yem found
na me catch
yes sir o don trafi
ayema dem Ghana to trafi on bobo
okay it's move for the right way nimra
right time you the people last minute say you open in time
and now we buy yes
obeje
yeah
senior players obeje
masa you move ka mo dey to players o
and say Ghana to nuru
gate is motor on saying
player our permanent free camp
yeah pam
gate is not camp no about club or camp go toro one player free camp
no problem
it's
do only the ma men kasa
Xavi Simons here I think it's going to be a matter of time it's one we need here Newcastle for the edges can homogene. So one we need here. Because what we just say is for Benjamin Sesko there. Newcastle to Alexander Isak 65 million. To 60 million from Real Sociedad. Into our balance or Tono 100 plus 120, 130, 140. You have to pay.
Clubs may be a business for what the infants worked on the bear 65, 70 crowds.
I had that to Manchester.
Oh, go fee.
Oh,
and now I say it is a Liverpool the 120. You don't want to do an reject
because
120.
Which one Manico? We also say that for will buy sell on cross 10%. It is no matter how much he will sell. 10%. 10% or also FIFA when he 2.5%. Generally, we also say that was 12.5% was getting. It's 12.5% that was that the budget. Okay, and yes, you can say 100 million. We are talking about 12.5 million. And the court also said that on them. Now, rest of that on your share 12.5 million. No, Newcastle. Out on 65. Who is 65? Look at 12.5 Noah. You are talking about 77.5. Scanasa. And we want to Scanasa. In general, see any Kabum, Sikananga, man, never 120. Now, add-ons near 30. You could do 150 mano. Into your not to take 50 video at home. Adults need more and more on you lose yourself. But over that, number gets over 100. No, at Tiano and Yashi. Now, if adults, it's have to win Ballon d'Or. AC. So they have to do the deal. And boy, and said they were kind of clear. So when you Liverpool, no, because rich Liverpool forum have gotten good deal also for Branch FN Darwin Nunez to Saudi Arabia.
Napoli
there be Napoli one could talk a striker in I think he's called something Lichi in the Italian Serie A Nankasa. So they moved on for him. In fact, they communicated me. Sorry, it's my mom's updates now. They communicated to Liverpool say they are going to move on from Abrante FN and Darwin Nunez, and then they are going to focus on other options. And in that, I'm moving on from him. It is in Saudi Arabia and the options to one which Darwin Beko. Darwin will go to Saudi Arabia. Or Liverpool has good money to be able to do a deal. And matching with me, who news you know? Is it not at the wrong time? On train too long?
Maybe I know train trophy in Waji. Now let me say goodbye.
It's not a person end there or GBB or Horum.
Sure, maybe.
Well, because
don't say so when you
almost started Abrabodi holding in a Ben Davis pay. And what team everybody is gone. And Rich, Menkai the last time I play a beer own free club so. When we talk of AS Roma Krakow, when we talk of the Italian players, no, it's not one team China. I want to remind Maldini Mo, even the Rossi Mo. Roma had somebody recently on current captain. It's not team Mo on recent captain. Rich, all of them, they stay there for a long time. They stay there for a very, very long time.
I thought you, man.
Francesco Totti, thank you very much. Totti, they stay there, and because they are Romanistas, almost Cuomo. But for a South American, the friend is an Asian, to come from Asia, he said he came to London when he was a small boy, or a boy. What's now for 10 solid years? Charlie, and some solidarity bonus that my song you mean, and he is going to America. America now all corner LA Galas in Okakudin and Queer. Rich again. Another question I wanted to ask you. Song you mean? Premier League teams no. Are they letting him go easily? What even more Premier League team yeah? Even as a team, a squad member. Because Rich, say you see a player be on my way mini and I want in Chelsea. I will love something you mean. As a squad member.
I'm not man.
You see, hearing from Manchester United, Inka Unyano on loan be 1 year, 2 year contract for the short term. Because Rich, so you need more on him.
Sure.
My only problem is that now saying teams like Kessiani don't want to hold on to a lot of kind of memories, nostalgia. They don't hold on to it. So I'm sure that's a performance no they let you go. But in Kalbitse Kudus Mama Torian Hospital, I think Kudus probably would have loved to play with Son Heung-min and Torian Hospital team. But he has told Thomas Frank, also Wakache, some of the teammates and Onimon with a long time. Wakache Ben Davis is also another club captain, and he has told them say he wants to go. And a Premier League, I don't know if he's a legend or mini Premier League,
legend, I doubt.
But he has interesting statistics with Harry Kane.
Sure.
Players me know almost combine. I think the only players are almost had been Drogba and Lampard also. But in terms of players, we are man who assist for the long spell. They have that interesting statistics with our branch here. Your friend Harry Kane.
Our friend here, I'm going to give you say, look, you leave when the pros are high.
Yeah. But
it's time to say goodbye.
One season because LA at this age, they have maybe honestly, I felt it's too early.
You see,
especially
like
living the top level.
Like you said,
yeah.
Premier League teams be bankoboko.
Yeah.
But when you sweet abia.
Yeah.
Diana min ko US na min ko peskan ko mikrum.
We don't discuss come on scabeno ni here no. We tell me case can say that so you mean. I say oyeme. It's so you mean no. Okay.
Messi ni Cristiano Ronaldo kra da superstar.
Musica no go for e omo chere pe bi adina. By force omo dem dia akoye.
Na me for you got them dia Ronaldo from the chairman.
That's it. But me di me ho.
We did the best.
Come on, business ko ni me be business dey say. It's on your Premier League legend, but
Jimmy Bebanaka than Azo.
Over sending WhatsApp. Dear,
my resign 10.
Dear JM, I am done.
I'm going to miss a EB drawing. Your man members won't reply. Trust Roma, mama. Meet you.
Why are they?
I have no better trouble.
So the quarry of the man. So you mean any Premier League legend? But is he a Tottenham Hotspur legend? I mean, wrapping up for you, or a Premier League?
Yes,
legend?
I think so.
Yeah, especially with the number of goals.
Tottenham, your team, I need more trophies. And
yeah, on my list of highest scored players, no, Harry Kane is at 280, Jimmy Greaves is at 266. Bobby Smith 211, Son Heung-min SS 173 goals for team of friend Tottenham Hotspur. Oshe all tuna 10 years, 454 games, 173 goals, 101 assists. Rich. In 2 years goal contributions compa on an 274 goal contributions.
Okay.
I mean, and one very special trophy. Only just Europa League fight on the car. One start you. If you bench the buy and Los Angeles Football Club will get a very, very good player. Let me wrap up here for you.
No Premier League club is going for him because of Mr. Levy, Daniel Levy.
Right.
Daniel Levy, ding, we play on one. Best stretch. Once you do jams and
players that touch them losing with sales no. It means that so go for free to LA Galaxy. He comes to add to the list and now let's not me the buy. Which Ashraf Hakimi yourself ne.
I need the Arabia.
But who said Mbappe about be defending Union? I like that. Nancy Anna caught in semeni suruni adintino. And I say unimo bi kura unim say nipa onye nipa boni ni kura na asem to na edding say be defending publicly. But when you listen to Killen says that he knows Ashraf. They didn't bring them up like that. Na onye obia even say Ashraf abo cramp Ashraf any obia so abo na Ashraf oye Muslim ni o.
He's a Muslim.
Do trebi ana ebi ono
Sabi.
Muslims are not supposed to.
And this animal
even the current Muslims, they don't do that. Okay.
And then Sunday, no. And Kokra.
Is that killing a case of Bukra?
Oh, Sabia or kind of worst case scenario.
On any Kobe,
ranting now, no,
on yes, I did.
When you find a person who are,
yeah.
On yes, and I may own a brother man, them into a mass and say, Kiss is a quarter.
So just with him a catch you. Rich. Sexual assault 7 days. And that you be through US now, Mr.
Mammy Vanko,
Mr. So who be a chick run as a 7 years old.
Mammy,
Mr. Oh, cannot catch us on Pesa.
And I know Brachas, Virginia, friend, no catch the Jadu.
And rich.
We able do something. For Babesia Panta, they be a shin or the Nama. Oh, you nipa. And you say, rich. Now, they don't, rich. If your wife tells you, or say, and then me, and fan tuano.
You cramp up when your problem.
Sir,
now we are going. You cry.
Oh, yeah, my cancer could be the person says, who fan tuano.
You can't tell them now they got one. You told them.
I brought from where you
are. Now we come crowd. I said, "Can be a woman." We are to them. Come make trousers and it is any cricket. I can't be seen.
But I have if you office now near Fracosia.
You understand?
So like, at the Green Jam
because it's the orientation of culture. Our women are excellent women in terms of understanding. Boniba brawa bre onti baby agana ni ba no ne kasa so Charlie Mr. Wenede my bre stress no so aha o de kakra bi na me na ebi obeti ase ama
ebi o kra tim kasa o de man fan to ano
obeti ase ama but we no o be kan to ano
na wo kofi ebi oda why can't be
me dey rich me see so say me nyini as bearman
o twempre
me ma an example of a brand oba me boni the friend Jessica Powers me share no asori o Kumasi apen because two no asori second year KNUST rich ye collab na ye free vacation buy no Jessica ye kese nti next year be ye kese and on say am peka sam kan ho bani pemusa nti pidgin mo me kan sa pe ina me ko kan say hey Charlie, you ask him. Rich. And me or the chairman one and not the mom. She said she doesn't like that. I'm telling you, they are who are sorry them corner or Tibebe 3 rows for me. Me catch a man sharing them cry because on Pesa. So for me, I've worked with that. So I'll stand one and let me the whole university. Me come here say me Pesa, and me come baby. O tiranko. Hey, me can be a media to baby na. We see the 50 man first in my career before we try to know can.
Send me to an anyadom. My coach in US akotwum population anya $20,000 bi. Na do oba me so wo ho fen ma ya.
Master problem.
What me kokot ya jiska.
You ready bia?
Kedua bia me bo.
Okay. Exactly. Yes,
yeah, culture
very different. You need to be very, very careful. Anything that you see, worry about or even Ghanaians that are born there. They want people. You see, Rich. I think that in this life, we don't worry there, but we need understanding.
Sure,
understanding is very important.
So, say, a love no alone no
enough. So I
it goes beyond love.
So we're down for.
So you are down for.
Yeah.
Communication.
So we're down for. Your partner has to be your friend, like your very good friend.
A baby son and pay.
Oh,
you're my down for. You didn't come on. You cracky jokes. So I know. I mean, Casso be moved, but I was a any pedia once a while.
Oh, down for what you talk about.
We move on.
It's very important. Very, very important.
And I was some in same so who say your boy baby one Sunday maybe so.
Our boy baby nice go so and I know baby I catch us over.
Oba me cast over.
Okay.
And Obiba.
Me be some question. So that's Obiba. Me say bia. So I know can we are the girlfriends and
you are acquitted and discharged. For date you code no account.
My code.
My code.
And there's a boys need discount. who's Scotland ne Ireland ne women England what's at home leagues and a man also Champions League no so mobo nti and the games no as a mu down as a mu clear pa nti I mean top 3
but before we do code ni betu jan Ashraf Hakimi so wanye you know.
Oh, alleged though. What we are saying now is just an alleged. I mean, whether
there may be person say, "Me case who are you?" Aye. But person say, some say rape case and answer.
I'm saying assault.
Assault.
Yeah.
Okay. Now is a rape.
Rape can be a subset of sexual assault. Into ABA saying okay.
Or go.
It can be an assault.
Oh, okay.
It can be an assault. Into rape nations, a part of the general sexual assault.
No idea a therapist ana.
On your therapist, not really. Minimum more.
And code fee.
And the bar also a therapist.
And that is what my friend the mammy na me.
Oh, that we say so. I think it's true.
Okay,
so a therapist. The story is that Okoasha fee.
Okoasha fee.
Same go Boasha psychologically.
Psychologically, no. And I'm saying, who's a psyche no so bad yet. Or the Nsafi Fawasa and now psyche say.
My therapist, you already any therapist, yes, I
so nah. So I don't know, judge me who's there.
Which na charge no crime
something must kill a man.
15 years is too much. I'm saying a possible 15-year jail term that he faces. And it's same for also.
15 years is also bad in Sanna Moha.
Hey.
Your day.
Your masseuse. Oh no, massage.
Anyway, I didn't so.
Okay, be on your therapist. Maybe he's just a masseuse, not a massage. Because a therapist is someone finding some count. Therapist is a move.
Say the only needing common or Ben Kaka.
Who be out? Move therapist already is before.
Oh, me, who be that? No, it's all coming down.
I'm coming out. It was all coming there.
So I now got there. Mammy, do you? Yeah, mama.
Yes, Raul says you soon Akurebi.
Yes, Akurebi. As I go in the story, no. Me interest papa. Yes, on one idea on penny. Nemo do ye we are for video in the sending. Yes, so I know for coffee. Some man, the any baby. Yes, only give video too.
You can't get a legend, so go to. There's impossible 2.5 years, 2.5 years. Now, boy, you start to cry. I know about.
I cry for now, Bomadi. Yes, one of the Adena Casa don't bow.
Out of
there. When I'm going to movie, I'll send him video.
On your careful.
And yes, so I know for coffee.
On your careful.
Many in the so pibia.
Amen.
When some of them.
Eric, we go away.
That's what best news is here.
Pacho. Code that. That's screen. Ultimo radio, I'm sure. Pick mommy. First one, 2210. Okay. 10 DF. Second one, 2210 D16. Next one, 22100 8CB. And the last one, 22107459.
Okay. Fifi Manfred and I'm Martin in Kan Showers 4.5. Obisi a friend. Bumsam cartoons. Bumsam cartoons and a friend. All right. Also better to message number in Showers 4.5 na Igusua the weekend edition of Nhyira the Guitar Password you know. Mama, yeah, live on Facebook, and I'm going to catch them say, yes, streamy baby. First one, in Shawanzo 4.5 on Facebook. In Shawanzo 4.5 FM on Facebook. Over to me, Ashley, and I feel co YouTuber. Also, Nhyira TV. Nhyira TV. Also, dear, over to me, Etie, Jumedino, na Wasashe live. And the either saw no YouTube, Nhyira TV. Operation on Facebook in Shawazo 4.5 FM. Na yeah, the Jumedino weekend edition of Nhyira the Guitar Passwords and so at the Abramo. Where is it there? Essentially the contributor. Okay, and see, also bet with the message number. Na men can message no kakrebi. na Bismarck owusu bempa Ayala enso emfa yen koso ho na yeni eyen komono kakransa na yebefia ye nanim sesei asemda eko ede ama Ghana football titru yen Premier League no sesei you see each and every team bia about the Ghana Premier League, you know, next season ebenya 1 million Ghana cedi from a dealer and a FNA at the sub production, and so etimi assign no Oliver Billions. I see what about Thomas Partey issue? Partey beko court. Yami aduma Partey so beko court na ne die no and so ya ka kan wan say mo win market. I say Richard, your hair is growing faster, pa. Yes, Mitino, if you pa, nyasem kitwa. Very much, y'all don't pray. I say happy weekend to you guys. Good morning, very much, y'all. Don't pray US. And now, I'll show you. Kabna Abramovich is US. I say, all because he put everything in his mom's name. They wanna teach him a lesson. Hakimi law, okay. Abramovich and this message at the Abraham Morgan. Why Michael? I say Hakimi Batas. Honestly, they are Abraham, Ranford had you say, please, any update on Thomas Partey and Namakacho Thomas Ebeko Court na Ononso Akoshe said in no ABC Ako morning landing food na said to Amani Lampo Ononso share from Kentucky, US and PSA ni Dromo Ononso say Nhyira Japan say back on Facebook. Okay, enti unsu betimi adwane na edijuma da digital passports and na etikunema egusu edi mamo Bismarck owusu bempa Ayala enso asobaton nim odien eko na edi nkomo kakra edi afi amanane ansana yenya kwan abefi na edi afisem no enso Abramo. Okay, watch you live from UK London, to be precise, you guys are massive. Okay, we are on by ya owusu. Oh, now this message at the Abraham Bismarck Owusu Bempa Ayala Jalabia no fatao papa. Good morning.
Good morning.
Maybe I find you.
Don't maybe I okay. And then want some coffee pa.
No problem.
And media mononense me be true me kakakra.
Okay.
And I'll be very, very straightforward with analysis na me you know. I'm rich. Me were concerned kakrebi o Liverpool. And minim se one me be ya adwen say yetiefo ne yahwefo ne me be ya adwen. Rich, se o hye ye tactical board isu a. Me de sa infonyu ya abada. Sky Sports and omo aye a compilation of summer transfer ya wumi Premier League clubs no any sika o ma spende e wo ho e ma me be ka che say okay kan nyina abomu a it is around 1.4 billion pounds already. Now Rich say o share graphic na Liverpool pa na spend this sika echi any other Premier League club. Now eto asumu because Liverpool has done Liverpool aye some signings be and the monies that have been involved in those signings, you know. Okay, Abba. The Sika Liverpool echia for some players, even without adding Hugo Iketike was around this. Then they added Hugo. Then it took them to the top of the spenders. Mabe Cheche Muahada say Liverpool were plan, and that Antonio Motono is to replace players via omu elusive free team. Rich, me a certain worry be, and I don't know whether Liverpool ever plan be for it. But omunyan demonstrating tina abia, I am getting ahead of them, Anna. Now, Rich, this is my worry. A woman say Liverpool and a G Premier League na etwa but asantimemu etaka say Mr. Rich e do many sa do so ntakrache And even an slot in himself, since in here Liverpool will be the target of all the teams because Omono champions. Now, Rich, then you need to build squad in depth. Anya Shekrano, assuming say we admit say Liverpool player is to replace someone. And he trying to call Mukofa from Pobishemu. Fofian Tuata and Abrantia, your friend Diogo Jota Efrimu. And they say that is the reason why they brought in Hugo Iketike. Yes. They brought in for vets. They thought Andy Robertson will leave, Simikas will leave. That is the reason why they went in for Milos Kekec. Now they're planning on people lose good. But Rich, this is where me worry some no Efriba. Uko Premier League, official website warner. Since in a baby remuno, Rich in Premier me no Kasia Mijina. These are Liverpool registered defenders. In Premier Mijina Heyo. Now, Rich, out of these defenders, how many do you count as proper centre halves? Let's go through it. Joe Gomez, Van Dijk, Ibrahim Konate. Rich, so we the first three in free war. Omo marketing are not their defenders. A be a right back, a be a left back. Even Nkrano, none of them are established centre half. Last season, no Liverpool ever Van Dijk any Ibrahim Konate pa 4 and 5. Sena Bakuniwa player no be shame quickly was Kwanzaa. They sold Kwanzaa to Bayern 04 Leverkusen. But Rich, you look at the squad and they've not replaced him. They've not. Number 2, in player Liverpool our challenge in extending the contract of Ibrahim Konate. If you say you want to go back to France and play for Paris Saint-Germain, and you say there be Real Madrid at a penny up until you want to leave. So, and now we know say established centre halves at Liverpool. Aka 3 na Kanukano. There's an asterisk on 1 who has not committed in the future to Liverpool. And okay, we've heard these rumors for over a month. Say Liverpool, but some talk Crystal Palace defender, your friend Magui. But Rich, my question and say, during this summer transfer, look at how Liverpool has been swift in getting players, more offensive players. You can say Liverpool Ugo Eketike, Eddie how many weeks no motor? You can say Liverpool for vet, Eddie how many weeks no motor? So they've been swift in the way they do their business when it comes to the front line. But it's a big problem with Liverpool centre halves, Obia Otiemi, go and check the last time Liverpool won friendly game. Rich, they won 3-1. When coach in AE Virgil van Dijk, who didn't play on the Nebeshen and I. Wataru under.
Why?
So they need to fix it.
I don't want to be.
That is the problem. And I am say, Liverpool are doing fantastic signings. Liverpool are vibrant summer transfers in him. But I also think say they are not paying attention to team no baby or more lacking maybe. Now Rich, apart from defenders, let's come to the midfield. Last season, Chelsea for resume was said the counter argument for the best DM in the Premier League was a man to friend Ryan Gravenberch. But Ryan Gravenberch ain't known DM. But he had to play that role. And he did it excellent. Rich, this is Liverpool among midfielders. Again, registered for this season. Now, in that DM role, say we Ryan Gravenberch are born last season now. The only person who me asabo ay Wataru Endo Jurgen Klopp and a turn free Bundesliga ni mobile. But Rich, I don't tell the buyer. It was okay, say, when you sort in the Premier League, sir. That is the reason why, even for club, any other slot, they had to go in for Ryan Gravenberch and trust him with that position. Manu Susumuna, so Liverpool are yet to buy a conventional DM. Then Ryan Gravenberch, what if Okupra? What if Okodik accumulated cards? And the balance that Liverpool are looking for, no, maybe because they got away with it last season, you know. Rich, I also see one department. Let me say they should have strengthened. But ever seen there, team post Liverpool are after any known DM on the transfer market because probably Ryan was able to play. What if he's not consistent in that position? Who is even coming in to give him competition? Say the Ben and the Brescia or Bobo Rono, and now that's what I because Rono they are chummy. Look, Ryan is playing this role. Say Frankie De Jong air bomber Barcelona. No. But Rich, why do you think say Frankie De Jong Virginia Park in this one? He wants to do his best as a number 6 for Barcelona because so our money here. Mark Casado and Mark Benemo now I have fit or Mutinechi and they will come and displace him. That is how you build a squad.
Mechanism say only fifimu baako resist how you pay. Am a Liverpool for the Newcastle. Na so nu a McAllister betimi abo.
Look,
Curtis Jones mbobo.
You see,
If he is not available, they can play.
Rich. Yeah, the Liverpool come. We are talking about top elite football assembly. Liverpool ball Premier League, ball FA Cup, ball League Cup, ball Champions League. This is elite football. There is a limit to compromise. But this is elite football. Liverpool was semi-finals of the Champions League against Barcelona, Real Madrid. You need to get your number 6 right, and you compromise. We are elite football, Rich. This is and yet example, but we are talking about yes, we are talking about the optimum standard of football. And yet, sebi, and featuring come football nyeka elite. And so Liverpool Timito who go Iketike for Everett. Why must they compromise in their injury room? Why? They must get yes, sort it. Mr. We are not Ghana and Prido and Yeshe. No, this is elite. And we must say it as it is. And to reach Liverpool are spending. They've done very, very well in the transfer market. But me say you be closing window no. Next season you be starting no. We've been doing this job for so long. You will come and stand here and then come and say I say but Liverpool didn't strengthen some weaknesses but they spent a lot of money. You will come here and say they will start playing the games, and when the results then after the year realize Liverpool spending they didn't strengthen some key department of the game lucky. Now Rich, let's come to the Alexander Isak issue. And who live score say Anthony Gordon aka sasem we na who say I also almost try no solve the issue in the few fast. Rich, Anthony Gordon a player for Newcastle. Na Newcastle Asian tour. Na Anthony Gordon was given the mic and Obusan say Charlie yeah wa bontin na what team Ishak issue. What is going on? Rich, listen to Anthony Gordon. I understand what Alex is going through. I feel for him. The club is going through a lot. I hope everyone gets what they want in the end. Rich, what about you? I say, Otiasia de Abanti for Alexander Isak go through no. Otiasia de Okum no. Na club no so ɛne nam nneɛma bebree mu na ne mpaebɔ ne sɛ by the time yɛbɛwie asɛm no na obiara nya deɛ ɔpɛ na asomdwe aba. Rich, the moment a player comes and say, look, baby, it's about obiara ni interest, and obiara seems to be standing where Ojina. Let's find a way na yan lucky idea way now obiara nkonim him. Now, Rich, yes, Liverpool had a first bid of 100 million plus. Ako ama Newcastle are rejected. Then the conversation outside they say, oh, Alexander Isak no krano, I didn't think Newcastle for turn a boarding sir, and that the guy doesn't deserve. Say Newcastle for April 150 at the Alexander Isak, and by the son and the boy didn't do 150. Now, Rich, this is me opinion. I respect those people, their opinion. Say I must say Isak can do. I respect it. Obia on a ginger, but me my ginger. Number one, Newcastle and for Alexander Isak and to transfer list so. Enti mina mikuta me japade. Menkasa meton. Enti ebuon na so. Now because a japade ni nipenti. Na ye ni slave trade enti no. Se ofa kwai bi so. Na o dada nipa ko na nipa ko ne be ka kire me say minim say won ka say wo beton me na mum ni jam me nkwa. Rich, then we should understand say Newcastle is moving from a position of mentono to force neton me ko. So what Newcastle as if it's appointed then you appreciate omo price tag. Mimsadia make what masia. Which yet yes is here. Ebia wo bibi. Mepe. But watch be what bedroom man dey be watch be bow. Nice watch. I'm rich. Watch it here. Mepe. So I watch it. Madam fu be cry na the free about children. Me so esombo mami. Me nya ma gen say me ton. Then my fakwa be so na afei you have to move forcefully. Yes, what upem. You have to move forcefully from giving me the watch. Namento. Which me jini say adia wakuma mu. Besa obeton. Ebo say na beton na mami.
What the book is about? Say na be cry be scare nipa no.
That is it.
No amba on cry bi.
That is it. Enti Alexander Isak Newcastle issue no. It is from a position of mentor player no to now they are being forced to sell. And if that is it they are, then you must at least respect their pricing of the situation. Number two, Rich, you say football in Europe, or transfers. But Rich, when it comes to the English markets, if a player like Isak is moving from Newcastle under these circumstances to Liverpool, it can't be cheap.
And Chimna can as a Newcastle young.
Some people who say I'm going to still the others where Newcastle said you're winning Newcastle under my action.
The 4 team.
Look, it is a club owned by Saudi Arabia for
I mean
they have money. They have money. And look, they want to move into the category of big elite club. And see, including how they sell players, must depict that. Look, and now me boss been a strong Liverpool fan. And then I'll catch him and say, oh, Isak ni a penona. Yenina wias ya go in mind. And I'm saying, look, to tap someone up comes with consequences. The fact that Wagogo in the mind means say you've given him your trust, say you will come for him. And see the branch any year Newcastle, oh yeah, say they be on himself Liverpool beba. What if Mose ye buy ye ntimi bonu nti ye jane? Then not the way of all church no. How will it finish? Assuming the Isaki Rich, Subay order they just to have a move to Liverpool. Na Liverpool show ye buy and a bono boy ye ntimi anto. Which are necessary. It is sometimes when you tap a player up, Rich, it gives you extra responsibility, so you go all out for the player. Because it's part of the trust in Tia. All dance has to buy it. Me, I know Liverpool will go again. And I know they will find an amicable solution. Senior Anthony Gordon Ekano. Even at a point, Rich, I expect team friend in Newcastle to say, look, we've drained this issue enough. Yes, so young go 150 now probably around 135. No mumpe add-ons be or aye easy be na ya achieve na yen get a move na yen ko yenim ewo. Now Rich, link to Alexander Isak issue no. Newcastle him said they are losing him. And when omu James omu belusu abante friend Isak no, their first priority was go Iketike Liverpool akofa. So they now have to turn attention to compete with Manchester United on Abranti friend Benjamin Sesko, because they need to replace Isak. And no Rich. They be say when we are doing foreign analysis, you know. Mamin Kasim Minchon. Yeah, Ghana. The truth of the matter is, what we give you a knowledge of research. Because untimin can't tell me ayala meti kumase tech. Say, I want to mean thinking what is happening with RB Leipzig player of Slovenia. I want me demo tech. No, I can't know. But data will give me this. I will tell you what is exactly happening. I had the power of my research. And to reach make us say, Debia Dano. Say, who didn't come about player bia? Say, unya source from the Chroma. And a very, very important because omuni nete. Akwa se Ghana ha. Na yesi kudusu ko baby. And I say yes, Thomas Tepate in Pempea and Kofoya worried about a hifan okwe. If Ziga, I want Thomas Tepate nam de biano. And he to me, Ayala say, Ayala, Pate, Obeko, Teki. Semi trope, even UK, Spain, any journalist, no. One day she said, this is coming from a trusted Ghanaian journalist, they will believe it. Rich, send them Besamiko. Anopawi. Me wawana me copy Delo a newspaper Slovenia baby abranti efeno Benjamin Sesko ofrino. And Rich, you scan through me when say internet ring but there's any problem. You scan through their page and ahomachino they posted this information because the internet is not working. Okay, good. You translate what they are because Rich, the football world is closely following the transfer activities regarding strikers in England, with the first domino knocked over by Benjamin Sesko, who has chosen Newcastle. This is from Gaelic Netch, our Choma Delo. In Slovenia, one of the most trusted journalists and all inform you of your Benjamin Sesko na more can asam no free. No can say Abanten Etu say Obeko Newcastle. Now Rich, I do not know for a fact whether a Champions League football. I do not know for a fact, and I will not state it. But me sure say it will be one of the reasons.
Sure.
Number two, I think say I believe the phone who say Sikano Mopeno. And how they want it. Newcastle for bet me a cheer than Manchester United. You get it. Mosika Sam and more Champions League you know. And the way you go around discussing as about meetings don't know.
Oh Niska. Because if I play Mamilo. And Ukraine so when you meeting
fantastic.
Only Champions League.
Fantastic.
Can put you on down.
What you say?
I got good player my massa 70 million
and Rich, beyond that, who said Sergeant Bayeno? So when he interviews our grantier, he seems to paint a certain picture. Say, as a man, you cry no move overpay players no do. Sure. Player sebi mubia on said that you bibia near tam bam 250 near tam 350 near the above so on any time the NC sir. So imagine, say Jim comes into the team. Our problem is how much you are paying Sancho, who is English. Our problem with how much you are paying Rashford, who is English. Rich, how much would the Manchester United board agree? Say compared to the kind of discussions, personal terms, team Newcastle ava. First of all, team the same picture na me dem no. So pay. Say na only 50 a discussion. Sky a confirm story. They say no correct. Newcastle for at the bid cop, and it is around £65.5 million plus 4.3 add-ons.
I'm for a business.
That is it. You want the player, you go in, you put the money down. I understand. I got anymore. Okay, then let's move on. Enti Rich. My Tottenham Hotspur. Rich. Nkaka Tottenham Hombay Ejuma. Rich. Thomas Frank or Shishanu Maba. And this is where I finish, but I'm very, very interested. Probably in the next 3 minutes, I'll be able to finish. Rich. Tottenham added Thomas Frank Bayern. In his first interview, and I'll say, the intention is to play aggressive, front-footed football. I know the ethos and history of the club is massive on attacking football. And there is so much attacking talent in the squad. I am very excited about that. Thomas Frank Bayern Rich, or say Obebo aggressive football, front foot says Orubejina to abo. Now on him say Tottenham Hotspur. A club will be a pair attacking football and Sape Pepe no Babebo. But Rich, him say these English coaches, whether or you not be so about attacking football, said Dien Rich on from the balance in Niagara. Because or you English. And he so Bobo no konenim. But the balance inside the defensive transitions when even he's playing attacking football on fair Niagara. Now Thomas Frank Bayern Rich what to players Yankasa Kudus no Nabesa no Diabesa. Now you have to say team a friend of Tottenham Hotspur. And this is when they played Arsenal under Thomas Frank. They've beaten this Arsenal team already. Oh. Rich, their next move is Abrante Fenijao Paulinho. And only the reason why I think this is big for Clubber, your friend Tottenham Hotspur. Rich, this guy of the Premier League in him and a call Bayern. Time I know of the Premier League in him. No. Rich, he was the best tackler in the Premier League. Per numbers. See, I say, borrow opponent for Kojima at Fulham. Not Otubia. At the time I know, Jao Paulinho, every Fulham in the Premier League, Ako Bayern no Premier League nim obianim boje anche wa woni Bavaria for no Rich okoye no the cultural shock epra because Thomas Tuchel na turn because na onim no Premier League nim when I know Chelsea yo odinu koye no epra and Thomas Tuchel na nkasa ankoche e Bayern and Abrante ko kansi semu now otutu na ni Tottenham is coming back for the best tackler in the Premier League as and when he was leaving. Now, Rich, Sir Tottenham the Paulinho be set him say Kima. It means or no Visby Suma any Papa Samu Ewo Fifio Wadrigo Bentakemo will be forming a very, very formidable balance for the attacking football now. Thomas Frank Epese Omobono. And for me, on this transfer, but Rich, this is a big transfer in the Premier League. Now, my family last words, you know, and everyone wants to buy an air tunnel because we're in the first medical. But I went to a friend of Pavlovich Akupra. You see, when you fracture on the eye socket in him, or better keep it 3 to 4 weeks. Until you how I know my basic Rich, my last words is on this guy. If it's some barriers, you have been fortunate to watch players play live one of them a song. Now me catch and I think I've told you before. Rich, you've watched players on TV. You admit Omunim Bobo.
I ran a live.
I'm telling you.
Okay, man,
that is the match I watch live. Educational City Stadium. Chance Stadium one. Maybe I catch you say. You never about here. We have ball. If you feel tea, you first time to pay him. Rich, you rest stadium. Wow. You got to say now what started there. And really, ball. Stadium when you know air conditioning say trim. What's not here? What you baby I will sit in what you want. There's air conditioning a house in or na coolie. Rich, Obia Wadi and Korea Bono. By from the 75th minute to the 90th minute, I want you not to go just because of this guy called song. Rich, Onimbo watching saying on TV in the summer.
Okay.
The guy is like a monster on the like Obaba Jimon and you too direct, me dribbling the cuff. Oh my God. Didn't you meet this song one that says I say Rich? No, Mashe Rafael, Mashe João Felix, Mashe Cristiano Ronaldo, Bernardo Silva in the Ghana against Portugal, and I was impressed with them. But when I watch song, Rich, the guy is a monster. 10 years and obedi. Medical becheche muntina menche wo ho no. Mabeka che mo say, na Tottenham Airco Asia. They were first going to China, then they will move to South Korea. Omobo Arsenal. No. This is Tottenham. Omobo Arsenal, China. Then they will play Newcastle, Korea. Baby a song efrino. And a match no more Sunday way. And anopa. And then why in the press conference? And I need to just say this is going to be the last match. So look at the story of Korea. What about Tottenham 10 years? He decided to announce all free Tottenham after 10 years. And Rich, the reason why it is so, and he said, in the contract, say Tottenham Airco Asia, no, he was part of it. And Rich, open video way, you react, Odru South Korea, so airport on. They know say their superstar is in town. A man, especially Odru, almost see airport one. If all the video no go anymore. Rich, it is mad. You saw some of the pictures. They are as Omunsu.
Superstar is back home.
He is going to Los Angeles. And last time Mekacho said, Oko Asia. Upe baby a Korea for wapa apart from Omukoma a US. In terms of population distribution, apart from Omukoma Mwangasatino, baby a Korea for our pa US. Oko US also rich baby Omuapa Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
320,000 South Koreans and it's acronym. And a strategic buying.
Okay.
And they are bringing their hero to Metropolitan, a lot of Koreans. So he will be saying goodbye, Rich. The numbers are good.
Sure.
454 appearances, 173 goals, 101 assists. That is magical for Abante Fene song. Now Fifi say, or a legend, and I say on your legend.
Oh, Tottenham.
Fifi.
Tottenham no obey.
He's a full-blown legend of Tottenham. Full blown.
Osado the crowd 12 in a week.
Exactly. Full blown.
Okay, MRF na.
I mean my code na entrance na nifi
enkomo.
Yes, very very significant. Me say am na Saturday. Enti G code me ensa we na efa eya onioma e wo betway no. So first one no 22111 99C. Second one no 2211A 2DC. And a third one no 2211 B2FB. Into 2211 B2FB 2211 A2DC 221119 3 betway course and Saturday there they are with bets into bets na the course way aka de obetwa e wo betway no ho na yina yetimi ediska abomorech ma yentina se
ya ba fie yenhye ensam na se emfa emfree GFA partnership a omne Adisa Production Limited enso etimi anta no na in fact se udi Ghana football nkoma invite league no nkoma eta di pa ne se ye bokotika league yen clubs no every sikan ne ye league nim enti ama in games no kra ye bon so be ha se ye be wie season na aya na how competitive is nka ye no enti bi nyɛ saa because clubs ni bi nhyɛ da niska enti ebi mo ho no mo a alleged o mi say mi who say club be jiska bida but it's alleged say yani and clubs no because omuni sika nti they be compromise omo position and omo situation because of say e oje kakra wa ha no so nya bi de atuatua eye ni players ka because league na mu na ye bono no headline sponsor sika nim ti no an eja clubs yi e da ho e bi kura so e bi kura de twitwa bet e na omo nso timi e de atuatua omo enzo players ka Nenumu nanano ya wada. If I dare show say ya and breaking story in the mamo. Sir, you're a ketokreku. I can no launch and as no awo a young crank. Moving pick. Wakano awo Kimpiski. Yeah, Kimpiski. A honor on my launch no. Na honor you're a cat at the two just say. I feel league na ya baba starting. Clubs no 18 no. Obia benya 1 million Ghana cedis. And I'm over na Sasika with the FM for free. No, so I'm partnership with Adisa Production. Now, I'm doing my promo by a management and broadcast of the GPL. I take effect this year. Namia Adama season, Baby Room 2025-26 season. Now, some people told Dana for the and come with the papa. Because Ghanaian clubs are more structured to do a league, it do maybe how competitive and because teams in this country, no more compromise it. Almost stands a war, a bra, a matches. There are some way the head the pa. Na yenche a bra, Yerake to Keku, a announcement, a bra, launch and city course, so our Kimpiski. Na Yemfa and strategy medino, Emfa Emama.
Through this initiative and in partnership with Adisa Productions Limited, the private sector, and with the full backing of the current government, we aim to make football in Ghana not just a passion, but a viable economic enterprise. As part of our new approach and through this unique partnership with Adisa Productions, each one of our GPL clubs will, before the start of the league season, receive the amount of 1 million Ghana cedis each. I will repeat what I said in case I'm saying that before the start of the season, each one of you would receive 1 million Ghana cedis. And this will be made possible through the new partnership. This will be our minimum payment for each of our GPL clubs under this new model. This is not a grant. This is not a number. It is the firm commitment by the Football Association, by Adisa Productions, and by the government, represented here by our Chief of Staff, to ensure that Ghana football becomes what it's supposed to be.
Okay, Inti, I know your president, Yerake Tokreku. Nensem odi two da o say Ghana ha no as a football na ye ni na je ho bi so ho sikasem no eduro no ma as ye nhyere ni san komodie football business no ye ni san komodie no na breast radio on boboa ama the football business nso ahia pa ama yen clubs nso no nso moving from so passionate so as ade na no mani je ho na mum abe viable economic enterprise ama bibia no etimi akonkan ano number 1. Number 2, ebra launch ne etodwa no na sports minister Yero Akufo Adams na ono nso awo dwumadie no ase na ebra Yero Aketokreku announcement ni say clubs no bia benya 1 million no and sports minister say clubs sika say na mo benya dia any advice ono nso ede Ghanaian teams no ebi.
With this, clubs can plan long-term, attract talent, and invest in what? Infrastructure such as medical facilities, improve stadium seating, and fan experience enhancements. But let us also be clear, the responsibility for transforming the Premier League does not rest with GFA and Adisa production alone. Each stakeholder has a role to play. Clubs must take brand management seriously. In today's football economy, a club is more than a team, it is a business. Invest in marketing, publicity, and community engagement. It's no longer an option. You must do it if you really want to succeed as clubs. So take that seriously.
Okay, it is Sports Minister Nhyira Kofi Adams. As you copy Jumedi National, Ebra clubs it 1 million obi abon some share. And I say yeah. Clubs no afutu we enamede awo mamo. Sika no amunya no. Mu invest sika no. Na se kroma na se clubs no aye football ne bono na ye mo de. Mu fan sham tim say football na business. Sika no mu invest so mu fa bi nya fast baby ambobobo na seating obi ba stadium ho baby obenya atena so feel comfortable every weekend bia no be feel so baba because baby oba no sabi on mama bibi nkonkoye no so afa place bra baby e be hwom ne munya investment na munya say da bia crams obi mani ato efe no ene aban na aban me so yasene na efe no kopesi kamra no azu say we club afa so team say enya da bia efe ne aban nko an na say ye munso no mutwa na mon na mon kopesi kasa na bia clubs no munso meti ede ayem teams ni biye ama bibia atimi akonkan na isi chipsa PFG ono so kopie mu odwumade na se na ono so te 1 million na no so ka kire efe for say sa de we die ade ba ko betu aka kire efe no ene so munye wi yenti na ye meto aso.
The second point is he also mentioned that every club will receive 1 million Ghana cedis at the beginning of the season. That is a big plus and they need to be applauded for that. But from the PFAG or from a body that protects the right and interests of players, we would also want or prefer that attention is a bit shifted, taking the welfare of players into consideration. I mean, it should be involved in the package. So out of the 1 million that should go to clubs, we would want to propose that a component of it is kept in an account at the FA, and that is paid to players directly from the FA at the end of every month. Because what we've been seeing for the past, I mean, this is not the first time that clubs are getting money, or this is not the first time that FA is advancing money to clubs. We've seen that in the past. But still, we used to have outstanding payments of player salaries, which runs into a couple of months. So, out of experience, we would recommend and suggest to the FA that a component of this 1 million is kept at the FA account and then paid directly to players at the end of every month.
Okay, and you see Alasan Chipsa, and at this sound come at the 2 da, I would do no assay. And also 1 million and so boyfriend abaso papa. Where they are some day about Boama clubs, no. Also a Omodada and a ban of management of air clubs and I be able to conquer at the amount. No, dear. On the general the man a place, no. Ye dear. And then a PFA, and the Doma Comaso. Now, dear Bacon say you come, Hano. Abaya 1 million, de Bema 8 or better so. Bosumi has to play bi okra yintuanka na no so obesere efe no 1 million no amonti sika ne bi na omfam bi account nto efe ho bosumi so a na omonkosa account nim na the main actors of the game omon de gina park ne so bobo because as sika abai 7 nya pani bi nti na Adisa production for this sika we na ebewura league nemum players na omon na ekogina park ne so bobo amani pa ba be no omonti na sika we aba. Enti 1 million no for no TB emfanto omumbie e account emfanto na bosome so a omayisa sika ne bi e de atua e ne nwie ewia na GFA review committee no so omonso a suggestion and as a proposal omaye ade akoma eye esco no sanyame adoma 31st eye ordinary congress a ebe koso August 12 no sa eye proposal no omaye ni na no awonsamo ha near this sound common and so I will show you. Ayala this time, Mr. Sinfru, Miana, Maba, ɛyɛ fisio Adisa production 1 million every GPL club ɛnyɛ da dodo
huge ɛde paa na nsɛm ɛwɔ ho ne dɔɔso nti me nsɛm rekora sɛ na ɛbɛyɛ at least I can touch on what I want to say. Dear Dikai, unse young comma you behind the scenes, they had already informed you said there was something big coming. In all honesty, I didn't know it was this big. Inti news in the bayano, mekano a beat me expectations. Na go bebre and critical listening of what the GFA president said. He didn't say club will be in the Ghana Premier League ebenya 1 million. Or say club will be in the Ghana Premier League before ever starting ebenya a minimum of 1 million.
Minimum.
So the underlying word is minimum. When you cry
and you 1 million.
And rich, per my information, they will get more than that.
Even the 1 million now,
so that is the minimum. It's everybody says so. Yeah, calculations in no my idea. But the only say as at the time I know the minimum when you cry 1 million. And I'm saying say from my further investigations, it is going to be more than 1 million. And I think say around the 5th or something of August, they are going to bring detailed breakdown of Enyomana Air Kosoro. Now, Rich, for almost Mutie and for the first time, I was a deal with no. And woman here said, you be more some little background education. Because Obu have within the week, what to say as you GFA Adisa production a sign partner should be. Na do I see my clubs no 1 billion, 1 million. And what at the end a year about? Rich, the kind. GFA for say, Omati a company called Premier Ghana Premiership Company Limited. Na sa Ghana Premiership Company Limited no a free necrono. Adie bia a boy a Premier League no brebiano. Sa company no and a bit take charge of. Na a sa company no any Adisa Production Limited. Our muso a legal entity. Omuye adwuma under Media General as a video production house and a science contract na Ghana Premier League ye ko yanimu ho bra no omuba be kambom na omabo na Premier League no ho bra no edoso nemum dia adesa eba beka the Premiership company no abo eye one se Premier League na ye bebo no ehun TV production bia ye ka TV production a bibia edise ye di gu infonyini so ema nkofo edi omani ehwe ne de adesa for ne be ye enti a highlight show a preview show say answer ne bebo game no ye be fa panelists no omo discuss issues ne games na eba so no si abo game na wie ena wo se ye fa nkofo mo di game ni mu nkomo ye bo game no ehun commentary emu in match documentary se ebe ye interview se ebe ye sa de na ye fa ni production in media say ye produce content out of your Premier League no adesa for no ena be boa ama ya produce bibia wo se ye produce as content from your Premier League no Rich anya no nko a omo produce we are they promise say production omo de beba no a world class standard to the extent say Sky for no omo yi Premier League no eba say omo so omo yi Ghana Premier League na say omo de production ma Sky will not say this is inferior production. They will even want to put it on their television for people to watch. And to omo world class production. And omo distributing the broadcast. And to one person only be to say multimedia. Second, and someone get to say, oh, you be see Ghana Premier League ni be Adum TV, Joy News TV, and the Akana. Omo be man ya kunya say okay. In distributing the broadcasting, yani multimedia fast sign contract, yamo mubi, yani we must sign contract, yamo mubi, any saroman. So they will distribute the broadcast na enkofo ashebi. They are also me inside. Rich marketing. Say ento ye league no. Na emane nya kono na nkofofo musika mehim no. Say at the Safo no a part of the marketing responsibility of the Premier League no. Then branding. Rich, I don't know say ye fene nkofo e ya kono a. E wo so okra ne yi. Enti ekwoye be so e be brandi e Premier League no. Say the Premier League wo England a brandi omudie ya. Obia say this is the best commercialized league no. At the perform no ebe boy am ya branded. Then the last one no a digital presence, social media, any baby say we will be there. People will see say Ghana Premier League e koso. Now Rich, this is why my analysis in starting. Say utie President Ketokigwa. I think at every stoppage of ne speech in Ibiano na obo aban abaso. So what's here? Or say we are bem because of the full commitment of the government in power, which is the NDC government. Now, Rich, we want to baby this partnership. Say open two people or making sure say I Juma the GFA President Kate and the majority leader in Parliament, Honorable Ayaraga. And you know. Yes, he was there. Me wa. Say open kofua. O ma make sure say sadi we ne obi e celebrate yabemu. Eh Honorable Ayaraga eni keto kriku. Na Rich. Mi nyinyatu. The NDC government adi omaye. We want to tell them they are listening. Say the football community in Ghana appreciate it pa. Yeni so ye dasi ebimrebiem. Rich, I am saying this because the MPP government did great disservice to football investment. Apart from the AstroTurf Musisi, me am privy to a lot of information, and I will go straight to baby a woman, me constituency. I a woman, the MP or Honorable Asenso. The time that he was chief of staff to Nana Akufo-Addo, Tama Akufo-Addo ba presidency for this same GFA met the government and the president gave me a proposal. President, yes, now boy, you pay investment into the Ghana local league now. President Akufo-Addo instructed Asenso then as the deputy chief of staff said, look, Asenso, many cats made in Komo, so make sure say Ube organizing meeting with Ghana Gas GMP Simoni Omwa. Omunse Mobi na Omuno Monkasa no Moya Hawa. Ometi me inject sika into a Premier League no. Rich, send na Asenso Baba meeting abaso dia. Fast forward. Asenso moved away from the Flagstaff House as deputy chief of staff. Then resume duties as MP and it's no mano. MPP never made this happen. And this is by already how many months? And look at the commitments that they are showing in our local league. At the launch of Adeweno, the whole chief of staff, Julius Debra, was seated. Rich, do you know what it takes to get the chief of staff of government to your event? Because he is in charge of government protocols. And you may go to so when you're committed to this project, he will not be there. And I am saying this, the NDC as government, a contribution to what we are all celebrating, what it says a bomudin. And it's a football community, if they want to appreciate the government, they should appreciate the NDC government. Because they've done it. And at the launch, there were people there who were MPP. And they were free. And they were telling themselves and other people, say, look at the beautiful thing this NDC government, even while you are going, look at what they've been able to do. Rich, you kept consistently on this platform, say, sports never tumpono. About a big role to play. And these are some of the things. So, and you say, the consolidated fund, but your influence as government in getting us these deals. Ebanisana MPP in the past, President Kufo time, he was able to convince Goldface, Tako Damai, and the rest to come into our football, invest into the Blasters. Every second for Koye. Apart from the AstroTurf, and people for see they be what again in terms of massive investment and in our local league. I will praise the NDC government today. I will praise them tomorrow, and I will praise them tomorrow. And I'm making sure say Oliver Twist, Ebin Sam Rebium. Okay, now rich.
The last one now.
Medima Semusino. Minim said deal ya ebe improve the quality of the year wabonti yebe shy yebe friend Ghana Premier League. Ebe attract you into the game, and ebe boost business in the whole ecosystem now. But more no make it to and I'll wrap it up in 1 minute to the FA. Say I no crack. Say I decide for eBay. Rich. Almost say every match we can be ano. They will give us 3 Premier League live matches. Top notch. On a high life show. On a magazine shows any other. Rich. This is the time the FA must be strict on maybe we can potentially realize the maximum impact of Sadio Ekoso. Number 1, venues. Rich, me no be to say your TV production say Eko Sky Sports level in power and your venue be and you just had an BFA.
Sure.
And see, this is the time by the investment in Ebemuno for the effort to be strict on baby a Premier League. Rich, say venue be ho. Now, omunyo imagine say they will upgrade the venue to a world-class standard. Yeah, they come at us to a BFA. You knew mumfrim. Now, more games in was selected venues. Yeah, they come at us.
Now, venues will be there.
Oh, Rich.
Yeah, and say a diagram to
Rich.
Rich.
And now, I say, at least see all Legon Stadium.
Sure.
You were Crossport Stadium. You were Abrankese. Sure. I've seen footages of Summer Boy. It can work. Say,
the camera to
oh yes,
about appealing.
All that we need to do is to build camera angles. Baby, I did cameras this year. It is because when they are building parks now, they don't even consider TV production. And we need to improve those angle stands now. Every must be bad because some pitch near green, some Kofako Stadium there, we will get it. And my first point and say, Rich, we must be selective in our venues. So I will say yes straight with the club licensing. Now, stadium you are yeah, proving more be more. Me able push you to selected venues. I they come out to be far. That is the first thing we must do. Second one, Rich. Me give say also it can be Emma clubs no. Omua. Omubetimi are promising spectatorship. There should be an incentive package. Say okay, bona eba bono. Say una ubo home. Na ultimately around 15,000 to 20,000 supporters per marketing of games and promotion will be this eba because spectators nema coverage AFA. And the omu supporters eba stadium no. Yati sikebia to wa. See about season we are more yeah the mamo because then you have done bibia obintimi and say you can say match na ye feni paba e yamoa send you be rich e be competition between your class and say on promoting the game ni ye na enkofo embra mehwe the chat and say Rich no crane and say sika na ye eche no e wo see a tibi so for class be na e betwa mo matches more see agitum say kotokone has Rich, and on my yakes and you know, idea baby will be more hinged on them, any or more marketing brander. And it will make sense that we give them more money than Omo Akano. And see, the eventual matches be no. I was here man is baby Rich made him an you know. Chips are some now home. I think we can meet him at a certain point.
Don't judge me.
You see, the contract between club and the players, a company contract, many employees. Chipsa is very, very experienced in some part of the world, for instance, America. Rich, you was a Canibia, and you do the clubs. I want every phone. In some countries, they pay directly the player salary. In some countries too, they omo freeze a certain level of usika as guarantee say if month be so no players from a club and make complaints to the FA say mebo Ayala FC bear 3 months in Yenchiamika, then they use your guarantee with them to pay that debt now Rich me must make Kenya say it should be a law and enforcement and yoma first no ebiana the Yentia FA untimi emma umremu onsenansia amafono yeso obi ntua ne players ka ese ne sade ye liquidate club no ye manakowe the reason why they are able to do that they say Rich they think say league ni sika won enough for you to pay your players now you are getting this money to the clubs and the ebia na untimi ma obi any the player and them between the contracts by saying say me na mechia. Yes, but so what I say, okay. What we can do, and say you better refine your laws. No, now you're more strict. Say you evidence. Say club will be empty the players car. Then idea punishment at the moment as soon enough because now you can't give us the excuse. Say only sika the your players the car.
Coffee, Brian, Rich, I'm dead. We did. Nana Donkor Kufaro. Nenyo ma papa ko yonzota asem papa bia mati oye asem papa bia mati we dey nyo no na dey buy but we claps na we dey claps dey beto oye we dey wo zo be ko karela because Rich 1 million Ghana cedis
no grand minimum
is it right again is a lot of money and look at what money has done in less than 1 week to the Ghana Premier League. Rich, one enthusiasm. Have you seen how journalists like Ayala Nhyira excited because even he as a sports person, ABA and only regular voter for the NDC government, but maybe today he will be thinking of going to vote for them.
Sure. Because clubs need to check.
Yeah. Oh, there were many analysis of Ayala's constituents also to about Bantama. And yeah, baby NDC win. Yeah. If you ever said the average Bantama person doesn't vote for them, but as a sports person from Bantama, maybe you'll be excited because of this. Rich, for me, I think this has been my modus operandi. See, discussing local football and say, there is no way you will talk about development of the game without the government of the day. And yes, the government of the day is important in the conversation, in the development of the game. And then I had a little confusion because someone who said your colleagues because say you purely are buying this caneba. So I decided to make calls. And I'm afraid. Now the insight I got was that yes, the government has a huge hand in Sikaneba, but also the GFA plays a role and will bring certain amount of money in getting that job done, which is important. Rich, whilst where are your good news, Emma Ghana teams no? Mesre. A one-time payment of 1 million Ghana cedis will not solve your problem. Minnesota ni American Asia. See your mom 1 million Ghana cedis this season. Ni ete koda and baby a sikani free bar say yes sustainable and that's why a lot of people actually say and here a sikani free bar because a sikana eba class 1 say yes sustainable ska. Ebia FIFA forward the BI every year. Ebia abina kasa ne fundraising plans and every year, then we are in trouble because a woman 1 million Ghana cedis this season. Now next season we don't get a 1 million Ghana cedis at the minimum, then we are in trouble. So the sustainability of the funds is of the idea, the plan, the funds are number one thing. And in talking about sustainability, it's also important to note how we manage how the clubs use the funds. Rich, there is nowhere in the world any FA Emma club sika or tekokoda. Eka say, oh, club no your money is no. In some instances, certain FAs dictates what certain amount of monies are used for. Remember, for example, when you go to Germany, as part of their plan to invest and grow the game, certain funds when they come is about development of players. Into your core academy, a strict amount of money. So, end of year audited accounts now it's supposed to be in there. Say X amount of money near the mouth. Say because Rich. So who develop you players no? And more quality players in the league to play and then sustain the growth of the league. It Asudia or FNSO. Say they would make sure that at the end of the day, these teams are more muscano. we tell them and then we help them. Even and you say by automatically by force, but then that's why their contractual agreement. It say ABS Ikano ene ye pese ebi echo in the form of marketing. We list to them how much you want to go into marketing, how much you want that to help in terms of player development. Saying the person going to coaching education, because we understand that for the league to grow and grow in the right way, it has to be holistic. Holistic in the sense that your football education is at top, your marketing and branding is at top, your player welfare and then growth is at top, the player keeping in there in the club is at top. Reach 1 million Ghana cedis in the grand contest of football. In Kenyiska. I told you the last time. I met somebody who owned a club at the airport the last time. Oh, be in the club account, share me. Which coins near there, they don't know invest almost send about Ghana 100,000 Ghana cedis. That is a lot of money. $10,000. So it is more of a social venture than it is than anything. In fact, one answer the Nhyira. Rich, you see, I agree with you see, Chipsa, 100%.
And this can be
yes. How? You see, it may not be at the FA account. It may not be LF anymore. The FA can ask the clubs to set up accounts specifically for player payment of salaries each month. I'm on some accounts number. So okay, usually every month you place your car, you go see 50,000. Okay, into your brav 1 million year the bemano. Every month you be you the 50,000, but when I say calculate yearly 50,000 near their tomb. Whilst you have personalized contract to the player, you also have contract with us for us to give you a certain amount of money. But we want that money to go here. Send a better sorry and player we 3 months, 4 months affects the quality of the game. It's who the list echo who play who bank on say okay. Who is what the companies do is that say multimedia. Multimedia the bulk salmon echo access bank. Say Nkofuni, not the list. Say Manfred Kwacha Santi Tuanika 1,000 Ghana. Riches Medon Kutuanika 6,000 Ghana. Nina don't see what Access Bank does is that they do the distribution. So GFA can urge the clubs to do that. Because Rich, it's very important. Like you said, these are the main actors of the game. Rich, certain club owners, we cannot trust them.
And as I say, Sazi Kanya deserve with Dubai. Sabio a penny been to them this kind of buy. Yes. To go on for about I busted him up. And you see, why? Already can't go discussion. Scanner mine. I'm going to go to Range Rover. Kakruma can. I'm going to move some of it is sunny and Pessa. The next season, the bedroom not club we be soon in this guy. Is it a mom's car? Moody's cannot go to Range Rover and a man fan 3 players now. On Messa catch say, you're crying your football. And it's a chips are saying, Sicano, football for Rangas and front to bank. Mammy, for infant to just see and TV and discussing probably a few Monday econo. Yeah, but the discussion on that. Hey, only 2 things. Yeah, and you crowd him say the discussion on the proposal from the for the attendant and say GFA review committee no. At the proposal come man penny for say Nyami Adoma Congress ebeba so I guess 12 our pram no. And kaya kwa Congress enhwe. Na GFA akonya ni die no. On say 2 terms. Banka yemfa free 2 terms enko 3. So until ka the first term, second term also akonya say Nyamiya Adoma, the 3rd time we to me as our preview. Na yato so aba. And the first one. The second one and say is in Kayenya 2 vice president. And former aye Elfido. Ba kunyo ba. Is in Kobana ebe no. Automatically she becomes the chair. And I say the chairperson at the ma at the human football. Nanka and also no etimi akoyi at the amamway. Aye proposal. GFA review committee no and so at the Aquacoma Esco so among na fi Nyamiya Adoma Congress yemfa anko joint ayalem so e buy maskane ya man for saying no mom ko kra they should there.
First of all, a man there no I know say to FA bana there is women football slots as one of the constituent bodies in Omoto Abano. And say Omo electis and Nipano Eco Esco wa automatically that lady and I said Obakrono and they in charge of women's football. If as per say your review status, you know, say they will not just put that person in charge of women's football, but ombetimiam a portfolio as a vice president of the FA. That one any problem. Number 2, the proposal for a third term. Obiabe wana jenchire. Me ubisamia. I will say let's maintain the 2 term. And the entire Mekasa and say, Rich, yeah, part of the world. Yeah, part of the world. A yana, we become so sensitive to power.
Two man,
and to my show to me, a bedroom rebino, we start to abuse it. And it's like, maybe opinion in Quadia, per my knowledge of how we use power, and got 2 terms in here. But that is beyond just maybe opinion, 50 opinion, woo opinion, the OTA and the Australia opinion. So, in the football circles, Rich, even at FIFA level, it is 3rd term. FIFA Mrano, the FIFA president can go 3rd term, 3 terms. 3 terms. And it is a GFA status review committee for. And you imagine, say, they will want to conform the terms with that of FIFA. Emremuno, BBNC Hokwen. You have your opinion, but Emremuno, and your opinion is not law. The law is law. Emremuno, BBNC Hokwen. But my problem here, and that is why I end. They are trying to have the conversation in a certain way, creating the impression, say, this is to benefit kids. Now, Rich, this, I don't know how the football people will do it, but this can't benefit kids. Simply because, in law, Emremuno, Rich, Yensamra, Emrano, and take effect in Kodechi. Mamma, typical example, and I will use football. Last season, league na your boy, you know. Rich, you see, acquire first one, you league table, no points, and a decay. The atosum, you know, head to head, me boy. Your boss is in New na, you see, baby, any go stars, any kotoko, obianya, 60 points, the next thing I be determined saying, why not league in a kotoko, any baby, any a you know. Both home and away results in the saying, yes, oh, baby, any share kotoko ebio kumase, and a kotoko kobo draw, and the baby any winning by head to head. Rich, your boss has season in here. Now you be ram into this season. Now you go Congress, near Koshisha Mrase, a free necro, you are moving from head to head, you are called goal difference. Nobody will tell us, say, oh, see a goal difference in the air, and young last season. Niyanko changing Mrana Edibo last season to goal difference. Nema Kotoko Magic League. What I'm trying to say is, baby in the world, including Ghana, yes, Mra, the effects and take retrospective effects. Okay. What it means is that, Rich, say, propose an Egitum. Now Congress Konomo Kotua Basa Ampa. A free necro, what about the FA president, you know, or opportunity to go 3rd term. It was 2 terms. And on him say the presidency now obedin 2 terms. Say in a 2nd term, Yakwasa Samrana, and the cat cannot be a beneficiary if indeed Samra will ever hear Juma. A simplicity. They can do it, and but cat can't be a beneficiary of Sa Emrawe now.
Before the college now, Rich, because of time. Juma anyhow seriously political in football circles, you know. Ana me pese nipa mbabe DGFA boss no. You be
so say time dia kofi aden yenye say instead of the 4 years and yenye 5 no go 2.
It's the same thing. If you are deciding to give somebody 4,
say I
say in this second instance, first instance. That's the general idea. And that is why I like you do baby, I say you discuss it. say any funny because I over here to me say GFA president. My just 1 minute. Just we already GFA president. So the first 1 year it's about dealing with propaganda and maybe Grandpa like you're saying. Kurt, if it doesn't take retrospective effect, it means that Kurt's now building a CV to help us. No, he's going to go. Granted, if you be CAF or FIFA, he will be there, representative for Ghana. But the new person now has to come and build. Maybe if you can do the 5 years 2 terms, it can no problem. 5 years 2 terms.
My Ghana, 4 years 2 terms. Ghana ni now.
No football association because no.
If
rich. Ghana assembly can. Omo political party some 19 team.
Football association. He say yade abapa me kan kra cho say HIV yare no etu atesenti so o ko bia o de agudie no betimi adi na emum aya abon ho ban fa kiss condom e fa bon ho ban sansa agudie no em wadi ni ye ye on John so ha amema no a say amoya na modin tesu munyai wate munyai say gel kama no apply na bibia smooth na say bibia etimi akonkan timi so edu anwumre abon ho ban obeye yeah, so sexa no issue a kiss condom no etimi edi ane kama pa kanfo seba misa a bibidro kan ame kanfo edi ama diabetes BP e wo soro obrebo liver onya problem do nyima ticket so sa kanfo seba misa kutobi na enom okọ baby eton adro for the men's Colinac Gilgo Pharmaceutical Santase o na kanfo seba misa e wo ho e ba to friend number 0245 455-740 na wajibi kama pa emoja eje nkwa na nkwa aye moja enunti na nyame ya adoma lab fm ya fa ade ato ya ho so ye ni nso fm dina se ye ne konfano che e ka bom ni atwe moja ade aboa aye konfano che because ene obekọ konfano che obi ono ma emoja ne betumi agene nkwa ba moja no so bi ni o minu mienu ne betumi aboa na agesa afo ni dina nkwa anyewo enna ebetimi ayo ochina onua bi papa bi enti etu ensa de frɛ obia se duwa na musoma babo an na atwemoja ne bi e de aboa aye konfano cha ranso moto saso asene maka cho se TVS pragiano ye ne to no papa no enti ya no abeto edi ne bi uto ya nso no ni acho aye LED TV e de account 0257997028 na mnomo eni komo be lines no 03220 8321 8322 83583. Hello.
Yes,
Robert.
Wait. Bakore.
Nana do me ho ya ni che.
Let me tell you about the June region minister and it came about the job. Osha and Samuel Mokobos here. I dare to go 8 to indicate 8 now no could be mama and I just everything go to Nabium Granua. Yes, to my name has to go and a little buffer about okay, players or to Thomas had to book in there. Last season, and this season, ultimately, and your mother say, and a little buffer. You bought away about the
that's Robert. Hello.
Richardo.
Yes, sir.
I'm a China and you can see Kojukrum. Your boss and Christian of us, no boy to make papa. Now, you're both to pay for us. No matter if I don't say who's on and pass about a sentiment team. The bumpire starts and we say Embraso because we have a project as that one. If I was a Katasoba and Tikotoko. And the Sakalas no one can be Evans and Quesho, the best at the cock one why. No better and the boss and more about an Queen.
That's it. That's info from Halle.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Reggie, Mike in the man council. The American is oh, the American, they no question, but Ghana Hana and Casano. You know, be why mimic about one. Once I hit for you, Mukum, I say, Yantu almost wabble. And so do one idea. Once about one, I my mind, the young person. The Africa then came like a 2 minute why. Was it so Nipano or ye, human Nassau? About to be a 2 years in the one anymore. Sika was so dear, put you not find yet. Not a young no mapasa. Your baby shim be as what the Bible, Missika Bishima, not should be pre to me. Ndikebetumi na se nipa ne betumi ayi adwuma de ya yemfa nipa yemane nya adwuma na se mrebi ne wo na so ofuma na ne yayi na firi so ye de foforo aba ne da ase
ati enso yedase hello sorry hello
me pacha obi ankwa obi ma ma sport ma search ko kobla asoda ebone kwame Eugene mpacha obet na fami DL
is it every kwame Eugene ko DL
me pacha so komi ade e wo perform de udi ya media ana wuni mo ana
me awe
na ya na say yi ye kire ye ade na wuni mi say obi perform komi hanama idi ya mimidi so enti se ba say yi ye kire na ko sa say afi na wa radio nim usu wo mu dada
kafra be me na
me da se bebre na kwame
Eugene Ebony DL metew
me da se obetimi de dada kedi so asoso
de dada kedi
yes
na can promise de is where you own
ona bi on so ndo o ya to be ya
ni bebre aden
o say
ni papa ku di be 20
na so great Olympics no
okay
me
oh wonder boy
yes that so bet na I saw that in FM ebefa
okay
bet na from I saw that with shadow ebefa ayara ebefa
fifi
ono so ebefa na o ba fa trosu ano so ebefa so enti ana ga abada ka bisu ebefa
engineer papa
bla saba pano we fantastic ankasa any moment to go for no what for the senior
okay but I saw that you know I drop it yemfa you know abiwa news team no entrance hello yes sir
we are boy
Mejoso
we bobo team
yes sir
good morning
afternoon
afternoon go Oba say police from Oba Junu say dia aban no kola wa na ko si kon say o person ta na constitution
me won say me chairman sa betra manim de wa hono obesai e kwan so
we dey no pay dey if and new season has start
sure
we say mo na mo boy en kakra
nice
me say move camera
right now any presentation na afi sorry ma abi wan do sim no
to su high school and market on okay na obetu number 2 na obi pe dia na metinya frɛ o
me number na 0546
na mbo tena bona ode we just be chosen obviously ya no on just pro
me dey nche ba kwhye no wonwa chairman ba kwhye bo akwhye no ti chairman we die
o Manchester just the test na utim say abobra papa gabi to am die ni oh nice
hey
but Chelsea
world champions here
mo de ayi world champion na abo ani mu sesi ayi na South Win 100 de ma 100 de South Win ma sesi ayi ma ko fa world champion de abo ani mu no eti mo de ndie gold bo ho oh nice mo fa gold wi mo di na ni
ya ko ton de abo
so quality no quality
for Manchester de ne
quality sa na mpasa
gold
anya se bia so keke
go quality
eti obi purchase ni bia to asase su bi na ebia me pese me to bia na o customize mama
o purchase ni bia to me wa Atonsu High School junction
abo o company ni di so
ya champion Diago GH yo Atonsu
champion Diago GH awo Atonsu
High School junction
hona okay
champion de Sokoban Fatilu
and the ba Diago GH yeah okay
o peso to be the answer be fire na man 0546 27 95 12 0546 27 95 12 fire me ana mefa ya no me no abeka saka ma no ya ma
eti season best start obi a enkopen Jesse Diego a sabetimi akabi ebi no dia bewo ha ne quality na me dey hu ya no se club abobra
efe
papa FIFA for na wodwo mo hu ase Mode world champion be mine no
tomo why are you na we no
Diego dam show
we no akwese preko okudare na wi
me
Obaka kwashebo enjo. Obaka kwashebo de wa ne jesi.
Obesa abrem foforo.
Mo mo se na kubu jamni e hye no. So
Diego, ya da se.Amisha pa.Amisha. Echefo edimasia. Adi asem.
Oh.
Abi on news o ma ready.
Medical na kasa.
Da o do da ben na onye birthday.
Woni me kasa.
Say ni pan do.
Debio ya wo obu o brabo ma de. Yankwa ma mi dio.
Ni polo muti yen so e do so.
Mi dio.
Osofo mu akon e wa tonsu slide. On fe nhire femu ni agro. Ane ni birthday. Osofo amu akon. Ane ni birthday. Nti osofo amu akon. Happy birthday to you. Yakupon show. Non koswa no nyo kese. Do no sabe so bia. Erade e mananye kama